What up, everybody? Welcome to another Risk of Resources Loadout Race of the Week. I am Race, and I'm here with Disputed. Hello.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
All right, so today, oh man, it's actually horrible. We rolled the loadouts today, and man, it just happened to be like three of the actual worst loadouts in the game. So, and then upon seeing this information, Kay was like, "Hey, you know what? I actually want to also play for some reason." And we were like, all right. So that's what's happened. We
Yeah, K
have
was a
Cap.
last minute addition here.
Yeah, it was literally 40 minutes ago, or less, actually. So we have Cap today. We got Ruddy, Dan, and Kate for a four-player race. We start out with Void Fiend, which is nice and easy, nothing crazy. Uh, we go to Blight Acrid,
Mm,
full melee Blight Acrid. Then we go
it
to
goes downhill pretty quick.
Flurry, Big Blink, Arrow Rain Huntress, and self damage Rex with apples. We didn't get the
Nice.
bad push though. At least we have like the good shift, so we can actually move around without you know taking a ton of damage. But man, it's
V-
uh it's a day for sure.
Really unfortunate seeing the apples, because there's a new tech discovered like within the last 2 weeks with the flower on Mithrix. You can
Yep.
like deal a shit ton of fall damage. We've seen it in the past. I think K accidentally did it in one of the races and was like, "What the hell did I just do?" But there's a
Mm-hmm.
setup for it now. But it requires the flower. You cannot do it with the fruit.
Yeah. And thanks to Ruddy for that because he spent like a long time actually testing that out and trying to create a setup for it, and he actually did. So it's great. Um, and hopefully we can show that to you soon. We're always looking for new tech. I think it's one of the biggest things I love about the races. It's just that we have so much drive to learn new tech and things, and man, we've seen some crazy stuff come out of these things, right? I mean, host skip being one of them, right? Which is now just like a
Well, yeah,
staple for like every run.
it is. The fact that we're still finding things,
Yeah,
and
as
we
long
probably
as
will for years to come. I don't
I-
see a limit to this. Like, just
as
when you think you found the last one, you find some new insane shit that breaks the game.
it just keeps going. Yeah. Um, Hold on. I think our races are almost ready, by the way, so we'll go to the other screen. We'll see what's up. Actually, Dan is pulling up the website talking about it, but the rest we can get a glimpse. This is I don't know. We haven't seen our racers struggle potentially this bad in a while. The random rolls have been pretty kind. Um, but we'll see. Cuz like in the
Nice, easy
past,
Fiend to start out with, though.
yeah, in the past couple ones, like even if we had like okay or like maybe not the best loadouts, you've still had some pretty good RNG lately, I think, overall.
Mm,
We've had a few deaths here and there, but I don't know. I really feel bad
well,
for the mental today for all the racers.
yeah. Well, we'll see. In the past, we've had loadouts that are like, "Oh, this looks awful. How is anyone gonna do this?" And then it's just
And
the
then
most
drone man
insane
headset
god run ever.
and
Yeah.
records. Yeah.
So for
We'll
their
see, we'll
sake,
see.
I hope they get a few runs like that.
I mean, you know, that's why these guys are the best though. Should find a way to pull something cool out regardless. What do you think is the worst loadout of all these?
I mean, I don't know. Blight is pretty bad. I think Rex is kind of okay, but that Huntress loadout, that's like one of the lowest, probably the lowest DPS loadout in the game. It's between the
Mm,
Huntress and the Acrid for sure. But Huntress is like obviously a lot better. You just have to get some items. I think Huntress is a lot harder early on, and Blight Acrid is harder later on.
yeah. I think no, I agree with that. That's basically what I was just gonna say. Just like the the Huntress, you can get some proc stuff later for the Blight Acrid run. You have to get like equipment or something or some like very transformative build, because Blight will just not do anything at that point at Mithrix phase. So,
But
oh,
also
by the
on
way,
Huntress, you do have pot rolling. You can get some bans there. So
that
that's
you
pretty
can't
nice.
use.
Acrid does not have that.
Yeah.
Well, you have Strafe, right?
Mm,
Or not Strafe. What is it? The
the
Frisbee?
glaive.
Glaive.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, make sure you get your bingo cards in. Do exclamation point bingo. This is the only time that you'll be able to get the best chance of getting all the bingo things. So,
Yeah.
oh, a capacitor at
Okay,
the
here we go.
start for K. It's beautiful.
Nice. And
And
there are bans
already,
this run.
yeah, we already have a
So,
little bit of crit as well. And as we know, crit is very good for Void Fiend because it keeps up that corruption meter, and that's exactly what we want to see as much as possible in these runs. Um, so just as a reminder, the general strategy for Void Fiend in the races is corrupted mode equals speed, right? You can go further, you do more damage, you have more armor, right? This is how you progress quickly. So if they can keep
mhm.
that up all the time, the better. This is why they're not going to really pick up things like Wungus or Mired Urn or things like that that can inhibit their ability to go corrupted form. They're going to make
Yeah.
sure as much as possible that they're just gaming. So very important.
Okay, already done with the boss and this charging teleporter. Only
Hmm.
one to even hit it so far.
Which actually
Um,
surprises me a little bit, but I mean, finding that capacitor straight away was really good. There are a few things on the map though that I think he would want, specifically the shuriken.
Shuriken
Things
looks
like that
pretty
are really
nice.
nice. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think you find capacitor, you know you have bans coming up. I don't think the others have found the capacitor yet. I'm not sure
Mm.
about Dan because he's paused, but
That being said,
you know, capacitor bans, you're good.
like Void Fiend doesn't have a bad band proc, right? The right click is really good, but I mean, capacitor is obviously like very
Yeah.
powerful.
On anyone, capacitor bans is basically a complete build.
Yeah, which is crazy, but like that's all you really need for Mithrix at that point. Just that's what I'm hoping for with the Blight Acrid run, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, had to ban someone in
This is
chat.
going to
Oh
be the
well.
best run of the day, and it's just going to be pain after this.
Yeah,
We're going to use up
hopefully,
all the luck in this run.
hopefully, like, because we know in the past that like the first run of the day is always sometimes
Ooh.
just the hardest because they have to all warm up, right? Um, Not everyone has had the chance to play all day yet. Like Dan, it's like early in the morning, I got like 4 hours of sleep, right? Like everyone is using this as an opportunity to, kind of slip into it. Oh, there's
Okay, now there was a
hold
benthic
on. Yeah.
and
And K took it and his regen
got a
scrap
Dio.
turned into a Dios. The thing is, now that he has benthic bloom, he can't reliably focus on the bans here for
Yeah,
capacitor.
that's true. But he's
I
also like, if he goes for him, they're damage items, right? So the chances of them getting corrupted into a damage item was pretty high.
That
So
is
you could
true,
get
but
like
they're
Drone Man. I think headset considered a damage item? I'm not
damage
sure.
utility, I believe.
Okay.
Um, so let me talk about Bloom a little bit because there is a little bit confusion on it, right? Every item in Cap took it as well immediately. Every
Interesting.
item in the game has a category, at least two or one category. It could have two categories that define it, right? You could have utility, healing, damage, etc. And you can only become an item that shares a similar attribute. But you can transfer between if you have an item that shares several, right? So if I have like a med kit, I can get a Nuka-Hana's, right, which is like a damage healing or something like that. Um, for example. So you can go from like a healing item to like a healing utility to a utility, for example. But if you have damage, it usually stays within the damage tier. I think the utility is the one that kind of transfers between the most often. Scrap is like
Hmm.
a neutral, so you can basically get anything of it, which usually in runs like this is better than having a healing item straight up, right? You'd rather have corrupted scrap for a chance to get um, damage utility than just keeping
Oh,
the healing. So there are like strategies with
um,
it.
Ruddy and Cap caught a Scorpion
Interesting. And there's also
and
Chaos on cap too.
Baos,
So
and
this is also a
Happy's
thing
Master
that
Rudy.
is not possible to be seeded, right? As it currently is. Maybe we can do something with it eventually, but like this is because they're not gonna all have the same items all the time. So we'll see it. We'll see how it
Hmm,
goes.
true. There's the gas printer there, so I already go into it a little bit. Gas printer is pretty nice. Just having a little bit of AoE here. It didn't take his crit,
See
which
how
is what you
Cap is
want, really.
purposely not taking up the Martyr, we just talked about that. It would just inhibit his ability to do damage as often. So unfortunately, just having to leave it on the ground.
Interesting seeing Dan to be the only one to not take the bloom.
I do think in a lot of the races, Bloom is actually a good call. Uh, because if you do roll the spare drone parts or headset or whatever, it pretty much that's it. Even like you can get like some fun ones like Plimp ICBM or whatever. I don't know.
Uh,
But
Mired Urn, I'm guessing they will not take that.
will not take it. But
Again,
I don't
it's
know.
healing. It's
I
bad
felt
on
like
Fiend.
with the capacitor with the bands, you do have a
Mhm.
pretty good opportunity just to have like a pretty done build.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
mean,
I
you
don't know.
have a build, and also, one of the problems with Bloom is it likes to take your speed.
Yep.
And Fiend can have a pretty fast pillar skip, assuming you're stacking a bunch of speed, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
taking the capacitor, you're obviously not going to have like a vase. So I don't know. I think I probably would have done what Dan did and just tried to get bans, look for a speed printer, because that's all you really need.
I
But
think on a
I don't
lot
know.
of
Scorpion's pretty good
survivors,
too.
I would have taken a bloom here, but I'm so unsure about Fiend. Right? I don't know if he's better with it or without it. It's hard to
It's
say.
just knowing the capacitor was there is
Yeah.
the thing for me.
Stuff.
It's definitely a gamble.
And there is a encrusted key on K screen on stage 3. Unfortunately, he did let a gup get corrupted from the thing, so the Void Cradle. Hopefully it doesn't bite him.
Looks like you
And he
got some pretty
keeps
good
right in.
trades. 2 stealth kits.
Yeah,
Nice.
and a pauldron. That's crazy. That is wild. Cap getting a feather for his.
Losing the speed though. Oh,
Hmm.
and he's getting another bloom from
Oh
his Shorm
no.
there.
He's gonna be accelerating very quick on all of his rolls here. So I mean the thing
He
is
lost his crit.
he will be rolling more reds, which means higher chance of getting drone man or something. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
he's probably just going to be all red items by the time he gets to the moon, I'm guessing. And if he
Mm-hmm.
hits mortals, he can like double that too. I don't know if he wants to. Probably not, I'm
Oh
assuming.
no. K let his he bullrugged it. He let his TP boss get corrupted. It doesn't matter as much on Void Fiend to be clear, because every time you click shift you can cleanse like the needle tick effect on you on all debuffs, but you know, it is kind of annoying.
So you can see Dan going a little bit slower here. It looks like he's going to try to pot roll, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This is
The
kind of what I expected. I mean,
the
when you have
thing
bloom,
is,
your power over your build is so much less, and you kind of just want to keep going forward because there's not really a
yeah,
lot you can do.
you just gotta go. I think what we're gonna see is you might think this matters a lot now, but when it comes to the Mithrix fight, they might all end up being there at the same time, and Dan may have just a build that just works better for Mithrix at that point. So K lost a Dios. Did he lose it to
Oh,
the imp?
I'm assuming so, but I did
Okay,
not see.
well, jellyfish. Oh man, that's scary.
Interesting.
Gotta be
That is
careful.
scary, and that also, like, just in terms of the mental, that does something to you, I think, when you lose a Dio.
Mhm.
You get a little bit more stressed out, you're like, "Oh god, I
And,
can
like, I
actually
can
die here.
die.
I'm
Yeah.
not invincible."
Yeah, it is. Everyone's on 5 right now. Dan did not get the bans, which actually surprises me a little bit.
Okay.
I thought he would. So now in my head, I feel like he took a lot longer stage 2 where, like, he probably didn't need to, but I don't know. I mean,
I think
there
the
was a
bans
lot
were
of
in, like, a weird spot. I think that's
there
why he didn't.
was a lot of looting done, though. Um, maybe he just, like, looked around for the buttons a long time before he gave up. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, but he does have, like, he's got some speed.
Yeah.
Nobody else really has speed. I mean, Reddy's got that one, but it's probably gonna go bye-bye in a second.
I mean, Cap is never gonna have speed because he has double bloom, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
so
But maybe he'll get a headset. That's what you're hoping for, right? Because
yeah.
then you can just skip. You don't have to worry about having speed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot faster than Void Fiends. With
And the
Void Fiend, you
Mithrix
really
fight
want a
is
lot
just
of
like,
speed. Like, you can skip with, I think, like, a couple speed items, but you really want to have, like, 4 or 5, if not
yeah.
more,
It's
because
like
it's just
two and
gonna
a
be
half
really
speed
slow otherwise.
minimum to skip pillars, but it takes like 3, 4 minutes. K finding a polyloot out of the encrusted key box on stage 4. He actually got another Dios from his bloom as well with the happy
Nice.
mask, so that's cool. I love that.
Never punished. And he does have another encrusted. It's like Rudy also and Cap duplicated that. We'll see if Dan does as well.
Ruddy actually getting a second key. Actually, everyone has it. Never mind. Everyone has it. That's really good. I was worried that K just like wouldn't get the second one and everyone else would just get more voids, but everyone's kind of on the same page on that one.
See what Ruddy gets here.
Nothing really good,
Shuriken, Pauldron, and Wisp.
fortunately.
Yeah, not the best. Let's see what
I
Cap gets. Oh my
unfortunately Ruddy went to the right, right? Where the key box isn't. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to find the polyloot like everyone else found. Or K
okay.
found specifically.
Cap had some good trades here. He got
He
2
did get
Shurikens and
ATG.
ATG,
Mm-hmm.
2 Shorms. Those are going to go away in a second, but at least he can use the Shorm on this stage.
That is
And
true.
the Gome.
If he finds it.
Oh, and he has Baos with an FMP. If he can get a Soulbound, that's a pretty easy Baos skip, I think. There it is. He just faced.
Wow. Could have used that later, but hey.
But with 2 Baoses, I mean, the chances of getting a vase are pretty damn high. I imagine we're going to see Cap go for that.
Yeah.
K struggling a little bit here.
He does have another Dio, so like, you know, he can play a little bit risky. No one else
He
has
does.
gotten a Dio, so
He doesn't really have a build besides
no.
like his polyloot. I mean, he does have corrupted mode, which is helping a lot, but I don't know. I think kind of on
And
the
there's
weaker
the
side
first
here.
+5 for Cap. I didn't see exactly what happened to him, but was it a larva or what?
I'm assuming so, but I did not see.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and probably say it was. It might happen again right now. Oh god.
That's unlucky. K found 2 Dios and he didn't get any with a double bloom.
But this is also the cost of bloom, right? The cost of speed. And on stage 4 here with larva,
Oh,
and there it is,
yeah, there it
another
is.
larva +5 for Cap, unfortunately.
The classic Cap moment right there.
K actually losing his second Dios, which is crazy. Um, I'm worried about Ruddy here. Okay, no, he got it. He got it. The Vagrant one was glooping, and he was kind of in a bad spot, but it died. It looks like Dan got the Polyloot, which is really nice. Dan, the Bloomless one.
We'll see how Dan does here, because it seems like our Bloom players are struggling on this teleporter quite a bit.
Quite a bit. It's not really been super in their favor. Meanwhile, Dan does have a little bit of damage, right? He has the crit from
Oh,
stage
Cap.
1 with the Shuriken. He has AP
Cap.
rounds, watch,
Another +5.
syringes. Yeah, another +5 for Cap. That is, it's getting bad here in Grove
Just no AoE.
or speed or anything.
Yeah,
He's got 2 blooms though,
got that feather still.
and another
Ugh,
+5. That is, it's just like
it's
there's a
4 on
lot.
this teleporter.
There's a lot happening here on this one.
Seems like Ruddy
Meanwhile,
is
K
doing okay
is
here.
on stage 5 with a spare drone parts, by the way. So he got the
Okay.
thing he was going for, another +5 for Cap. Jesus.
Has not been stacking a bunch of drones, but, I mean, he's got that. He's got a Tesla coil, which is gonna be really nice for
Mhm.
this teleporter here. Um, looks like he's gonna have to do pillars, though, unless he can get a headset soon, or you can find a skip on this stage.
There's still one more roll between this stage and the moon for a headset, so it is possible. We'll
That's
see.
true, but what does he have that could realistically get corrupted into that? I guess
All the utility items like Stealth Kit
yeah,
and Harpoon as well.
harpoon.
Predatory is damaged, so it could turn into it as well. I think Will-O-Wisp is too. K is fighting the stage 5 teleporter boss already.
A decent
Dan,
chance.
again, seems to be just having a good old normal run.
Oh, Cap.
Cap is
Is
ragdolling.
that another +5?
Yeah. It's brutal, man. It really, really is.
These gups are just dicking him.
He can't get away
Oh,
from them either. He just does not have the speed, right? Yeah.
yeah. Didn't find the plute early on either. So he's a bit behind in terms of damage. Man, I was looking at Cap here to actually win this one before
Really.
this.
There's a speed printer
'Cause
on stage 4, by the way, that Cap just didn't get or didn't see, or not like he really has any white items, but he could have looted a little bit for it. I guess maybe if he was desperate for to avoid this kind of damage, but I don't know. I think I would have maybe
Ruddy
gone for it.
is going to be the second person on the moon, and Dan finding a recycler. I
Interesting.
don't think he'll take it. Yeah, looks like
That's
Dan is
unfortunate
going to
because
go,
he was
and
about
Dan
to
is
leave too.
caught up.
Yeah. Ruddy getting spare
Oh,
drone parts, Tesla, and kind of a useless laser scope. But those are some good
he has a
rolls.
little bit of crit though.
Oh, he still kept the first one, stage 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Cap getting a Soulbound and Kaggers.
Okay.
And he has an FMP in his inventory. What the fuck?
He does.
What the hell?
Finally, the build. We've been
The-
waiting for this for like a
it's
year.
time. It's so time, dude.
And he's got the double Baos. No, he's got 4 Baoses. So
Yeah,
this is gonna go crazy.
dude, he has the fucking the build, man. That's so funny. What the hell? You thought we never see it. If he gets like a fuel cell or something, then he can just spam FMP like forever. I mean, you can already use it pretty well,
Yeah,
but
I
then
mean, like, he's getting
oh,
double FMPs sometimes just from his Baos.
if he just didn't have a really rough stage 4, it would have been really
Look at that.
cool to kind of like the
Look at that
damage is,
damage.
yeah. I think it's a quail, which
We'll
is
see
really
how it
nice
does on
if he
Mithrix,
can keep
though.
it. I don't
I
know.
don't know
We'll
if this
see.
is something that's really gonna deal that much damage to Mithrix,
If he keeps
but
the ATG, maybe. Unfortunately, Ruddy left stage 4 without finding the key box, which had the polyloot in it. I don't know if anyone knows where the encrusted key box is on stage 5, so.
oh, you know what? I just realized with Cap, he has a laser scope, right? But
Hmm.
he can get ocular HUD from his Baos here.
Oh,
Like, do
that's
quite a
true,
bit of
actually.
damage. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's why he's able to kill it so quick.
That is actually a very good point. I didn't even think of that one. And there we
And
go. Dude, K is on the moon and he got his third Dios. That's crazy. And he
well,
kept
he's
some
needed them.
speed as well. I don't think he has enough speed to skip though. He has just under the amount that he needs. So just gonna have to figure out something here.
Yeah, no feather here.
If he just had
And
one
an
more.
Aegis. Gotta have the Aegis.
Unless it's like 0.01% like frame perfect skip all the way up for a minute and a half, but I
I'm
don't think
predicting
so.
we're gonna see Cap finish first real time, but be last overall.
That might happen.
Like he
Yeah.
just had such an insane boost on this stage.
Yeah.
Those were some really good Benthic rolls. Let's see what he gets here.
And Cap is on the moon as well. Cap is gonna roll for Vase for sure.
Oh, tap the ATG.
That is really good.
And the Berserker Pauldron is actually really nice
With
because
the
you can
FM.
use it with
Dude, he
the
has 3
FMP.
soulbound, so he could spam FMP now completely.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can like
that's a speed
it's
right
the
there.
build. This is the build. This is such a fucking cool build, and it's so sad because he has 8+5s.
Yeah,
Man, dude. That hurts, actually. Ruddy
it
getting
does.
a Dios and a Behemoth on the moon, which is really nice. Keeping his crit as well for the laser scope, which is really cool. I don't think
Cap getting a
anyone
vase there.
besides Cap has like a good skip here. So Cap was just oh, he got
Look at that.
the vase right away
Wow,
for the
with 4
arena.
Baos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we will see Cap finish first, but come way in last, unfortunately. Dan's fighting the stage 5 boss, and it's just kind of floating too far above him for him to actually hit it. Because that's just kind of what happens. He rolled another vase in the arena, too. That's funny.
That's the 3rd one in a row. 4th.
Ruddy barely has enough speed to skip. He has half of a hoof more than you need at base level to do it. And so it's going to take a really long time, but he's now working his way up. K is checking Soup, trying to find anything that can help him skip, but
Already
nothing is
had some good
there.
rolls here.
So he's just having to do
Bands,
pillars.
Dios, and Behemoth.
Having to do pillars feels terrible. Having to do pillars on Fiend feels worse.
It does.
Yeah.
And Dan, does he have enough to skip here?
Dude, Cap is on phase 3.
Whoa.
I hate how
Yeah,
good his
look at that
build is
damage.
for what
Yeah.
happened
That was,
there.
like, I think the most insane turnaround, like, the quickest turnaround we've ever
Look at
seen.
how fast that was. Did you see phase
That
3?
was crazy. One of the fastest Mithrix fights
Yeah,
I
we've
think we've
ever
seen.
seen. Yeah. Dude, it's just tragic. And he has the Goobo out already, so phase 4 is basically done. And there he goes. Cap is done. Wow.
Nice.
The thing is, there's no way anyone else could get close to his time, though, without, like,
Yeah.
really fucking up.
He's the only one with +5s.
Yeah. So that being
And
said,
K has
I'm
died twice, but got another
like,
Dio here.
that may have
I mean,
been
everyone has a
the
Dio.
coolest
I guess
finish
Dan
to
doesn't.
a race I've seen in a while, or like someone's loadout. Like, God.
Yeah.
Uh, I feel like only if he got that speed printer or something. I don't know. Just even a little bit would have maybe saved him that stage. And Chat's right. He could
I
have
don't know,
probably
that's
gotten
like
first with only a couple wings, but
he could have
with
gotten world
8,
record with that type of shit.
yeah, actually. And okay.
Very rare build. We hardly ever see builds like that in the races.
We finally got an
That is a
FMP run,
true
dude.
FMP build.
I love it. K
K opting.
finding a he already did pillars, right? So he's not gonna take the saber
Yeah,
space anymore. But it was like, man.
that's sad.
So that being said, even though Cap is done first, we're still looking for the first person who actually finished with a decent time here. And so far, it looks like Ruddy is going for it.
Yeah,
Ruddy has the
I'm looking at
behemoth. He
Ruddy.
has the spare drone parts with some decent damage and okay movement speed with a
Get,
feather. I think
getting the bands.
Ruddy over yeah, and the bands too. Ruddy overall rolled like the best situation I think here.
Getting those bands and keeping the capacitor is really, really strong.
Yeah.
It's also a phase 4 skip.
Mm-hmm. Which will save more time.
And then looking at K, he's got some polyloots, got the Tesla, but other than that, I don't really see his damage.
No.
He's just gonna have to
Dan
rely on
has some
corrupted
damage. I
hood.
mean, K has spare drone parts. It's not like Giga good right now because he doesn't have too many drones and something, but hey, Cap.
Hey, what's up?
That,
Interesting run.
I mean,
Yeah,
Quickest turnaround I think we've ever seen.
that was
I mean,
probably the fastest Mithrix fight we've seen in a very long
yeah,
time, if
that
ever.
shit was crazy. I I will say, if I cleared out pre-spawn stage 4 instead of getting lost in the sauce and just hitting TP instantly, I mean, I think that could have been a
Oh,
really good run.
Ruddy losing his Dios, it's still fine. It's still
Ooh.
okay, but
Yeah. Gonna get the phase 4 skip here, I think. He's waiting. Yeah, you also missed a polyloot from the encrusted on stage 4.
Okay.
and you
Yeah, I
also missed
mean,
a speed printer on stage 4, which I know you would have lost the speed later, but it might have helped you actually during that stage if you just like
yeah,
thrown in
I
some.
was looking for it actually. I was like, a speed printer would still be nice. Nice
It
phase
was
4
just
skip
on the
ready.
roots. Man.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just funny
I
seeing you
got
on the
what I
moon.
needed. I accidentally picked up Bloom, just like, I don't know, some impulse inside of me said pick it up. So I picked it up and I was like, oh, fuck me. And then I got to stage 2 and saw the FMP and I was like, all right, we'll just try to go for the Giga FMP build. And it turned out honestly really good.
It worked out. Everyone took Bloom except Dan.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You're the only one to get double Bloom.
I mean, was there a skip? The spaces.
There's
Not
the
really. There was
spaces.
speed and spaces, but
Oh yeah, and the speed printer if you found that.
mhm.
I
I saw you
think,
got like 4 vases in a row on the moon.
yeah, I
And
had
4
4
Bayos.
Bayos.
Uh-huh.
You had
It's
4 Beos,
crazy.
2 Kaggers, 3 Soulbounds, and an FMP.
And the
And you
Scorpion with the Kaggers.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and you kept the ATG with it too.
yeah.
And you had the laser scope when you rolled Ocular HUD, which was crazy.
Yep.
Like, it actually fucking worked.
It was a pretty dope build. And the Pauldron, like,
It
come
actually
on
the
And
now.
Pauldron, yeah.
Warhorns too. You have increased
And
attack
Warhorns,
speed.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really just a good build for it altogether. One, I really do wish I got a gas from stage 2 and hoped I kept it because I think that could help me a lot too
Mm-hmm.
from the printer.
I just wish you cleared out those pre-spawns, man. That was rough,
Yeah, it was
dude.
really just the pre-spawns.
And
I
honestly,
underestimated the damage.
to be honest, if you had like even 2+5s, you still could have gotten first probably because you're just so much faster.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had 0 speed. I couldn't run away from the
yeah.
gup. I just couldn't.
And the tragic
There's
thing
no way to
is,
do it.
you're not the only one that has died. K has died twice, but he
He
keeps hitting
rolled
Dios.
he rolled 2
Oh,
Dios
nice.
for each death.
3.
And then he
That's
has
funny.
another one unused. Like, there is
Nice.
crazy.
Yeah, pretty brutal on my part, but overall, I'm just happy the build came out. It happened, at least.
That was the first time I think we've seen like an actual true FMP build,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's like a
So
giga version of it.
I I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh man. Kay got knocked into a fire pillar, almost died there. Let's bring in Ruddy and see how they're doing. Ruddy.
Hey, I just saw the cap time.
GG.
Yeah.
Had an interesting run.
GG.
Cap.
Stage 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Ruddy, congrats. You got first, by the way.
GG.
thanks.
Good shit.
Undisputed first. How did it feel doing the bloom and having it pay off? You got a really balanced build, I have to say, overall.
Going into stage 4, when I saw the crit printer and the hoof printer, I did not think it was paying off. But I got 2 good rolls next 2 stages, and yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Dan is the only one that didn't take Bloom, and I think he's looking at last, besides Cap, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Obviously.
real-time finish.
Yeah,
Dan's not even to stage 3. I think if Dan got the bans, it would have been different, but he just didn't. And I
Dan
think
also isn't as comfortable on Void Fiend, I will say.
that is
And he
something
knows it.
he has talked about in the past. But like
Yeah,
he
but I
spent a lot
mean,
of time stage 2, and we thought he was gonna pot roll because he had the capacitor stage 1, but
did he
I don't know.
find the speed and crit printer stage 4?
I don't think he found the crit one then. I mean, I don't know for sure, but
That's like right
There's a
above
crit
TP.
printer.
I feel like if there's a speed and a crit printer on Void Fiend, I
he
mean,
just half.
that's a classic half and half. Like,
Yeah,
no doubt about it. Super quick pillar skip with the speed, and then
just
crits
so much damage.
insane on Void Fiend.
He actually clutched out a pillar skip, finding us safer spaces on the lockbox in the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the first lockbox?
It was on the downward ramp from the upper area where you spawned in. It was just on like
All right.
if you had turned to your left, you would have seen it.
Okay.
I don't think Cat found that one either. It was the poly loot though. No, you didn't.
No, I just went like TP to TP basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, ready. I impulsively took the bloom. I didn't think I would have before, but I impulsively took it and then gambled on FMP build on stage 2 with the FMP
right.
there.
It paid off, but it took a while to pay
One
off.
stage too late.
Yeah. It's rough, man. But it's
So
only
was it like
really
an actual working FMP build, or
yeah, it was like one of
Oh,
the
nice.
best
It
FMP builds
was
I've ever
it was
seen.
a crazy build.
Especially for having so few items, it was just all the right items. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you would just like
4 Bayos, Scorpion, 2 Kaggers, 3 Soulbound,
yep.
Laser Scope.
And it only really happened because you rolled the extra bloom so early too, so you're able to get all the extra
Yeah,
reds.
true.
Yeah.
I got that second bloom and I was like, all right, well, we definitely need to get items now and just get anything so we can get the Soulbound roll.
Hello, Kay.
Hopefully. It's okay.
Hello?
Hello? Can I be heard?
Speak up, champ. I can't hear you.
Barely.
I'm speaking.
You need
I
the
need to
hearing
like
aid.
200%
Okay,
you or something.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
What up? What up?
How was the run?
Pretty okay. I feel like my Benthic luck wasn't that great. Especially early on. I mean, I did get lucky getting Dios because I died twice.
That was
But apart from
yeah.
that, like
You kept getting
the drone man only came in on stage 5, and yeah, I had to do pillars because I didn't get the safer spaces immediately. So yeah,
That
but
was
overall,
sad.
I can't be sad after dying twice and not having a +5. So I'm fine with it.
I mean, you secured second place here, so
Yep.
very good job on that.
Thank you. How were the others with the luck?
Oh man.
Oh, I got it.
Oh
What
dude.
happened?
So to be clear, Dan was the only one who didn't take the bloom, and he's just at the ship right now. But Ruddy, I think, had a very balanced build, right? He had pretty much everything he needed, right? He had speed, damage, feather, yada yada. Cap had all the damage too late. He died a couple times stage 4, but he also had the fastest Mithrix fight we've probably ever seen in the races. So
Wait, what happened? Did he like
full
one-shot every phase?
FMP.
Whole FMP build.
Holy,
The
Wait, what?
entire FMP build.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had
Double
4
Scorp, 4
Bayos,
Bayos,
2
double
Kaggers,
Kaggers.
3 Soulbound,
Oof.
Warhorn Pauldron with ATG, and Laser Scope for the Ocular HUD rolls. It was crazy.
Yeah, just a couple
That's
deaths
fucking
on
crazy.
stage 4.
Yeah,
And
it's
it would have been a
one or
funny
two.
run probably to get first.
It would have been nice. If I just cleared out pre-spawns, I probably could have just got
Yeah.
easily first place.
You could have gotten a world record.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait, your real
I
time
mean,
is 24 minutes?
yeah.
That's stupid.
yeah.
That's stupid.
It was
Hello,
literally just stage 4.
Yeah.
What's up, Dan?
I don't like it. Everyone's here already.
Yeah, you're the last one here.
Man,
You
cringe.
did not get in last though, so congratulations.
Oh, hell yeah! Wait, who died?
Um,
Well, everyone.
Yeah, everyone technically.
Yeah,
But Cap
wait.
was the only one with +5s.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Where was the band?
In Benthic.
God damn it! Do you guys
Yeah,
run Benthic?
you're the
What do
only
you
one.
mean?
You were the only one that didn't
Everyone
take
did
Benthic.
Benthic.
I wanted it, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, and I'm like, no, I'll roll pots, I'm gonna guarantee bands, and I got the world's worst fucking
With the
buttons
capacitor.
imaginable. I know. I had the capacitor. I'm like, I want to guarantee these bands. I want to guarantee them, and I just got the worst imaginable pots. Anyways, it was fine. I got filthy at that, and then I'm like, oh, another one will drop somewhere for sure. Yeah.
I mean, you got really lucky with that safer spaces at the end. I'll let you pillar skip.
Yeah, well, that I really rolled for because I was trying really hard to find that last hoof. I'm like, please, let me get it, please.
So you did
Wow.
not find the speed printer stage 4 as well.
No, I did
No,
not.
what? Oh,
Did
man.
you see the crit printer?
So
No.
I've got crazy double audio going right now. I'm trying to figure out where it is, so just ignore me for a bit.
There's a crit printer too, Dan.
Crit and speed printer stage 4. And honestly, like, if I were to redo this, I mean, just getting capacitor with 2 bands and then all speed and crit, that's a pretty
Yeah.
crazy build.
Well, Dan was saying the pots were in like really bad spots.
I scouted them. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
The mocha almost dropped onto the plate. Did
that's
you guys
what
see
I-
that? In the
I
try shot?
I was looking at that and I saw Dan take the other item, and I was like, dude, I would have rolled to try to get it on the plate,
Yeah.
like the item fall on.
Almost. It was so close. That would have been clutch.
Such a rare thing. I've
Yeah.
only ever seen that happen once.
It's tough.
I didn't think of that. That would have been crazy.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Jesus Christ! So I had weird. I think my Discord audio was set up wrong. Yeah, I those mockers. I really wanted to try and get a land on the button. I really wanted to try, but thought about it too late.
Yeah, that watch was tempting too.
I don't know. That would have been cool.
Well, that was your guys' easy run for the day. I
Yeah.
hope
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
ready
yeah.
for pain as we head into Blight
Yeah.
Acrid here.
So through all that audio held, I hear was a crit printer on stage 4.
Yes.
Right above
Yeah.
TP.
Ow!
No, that's not right.
God damn it! Oh, that would be nice to have.
I missed all of those.
Yeah.
Try
Rough.
stealing on me.
I
Anyways,
went
Blight
so
Acrid.
shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, you love Blight? I'm
Blight now.
All
it's
right.
fine. I Blight stacks, so I'm pretty excited. It does 60% base damage for 5 seconds, and it stacks and it can kill. It has nothing but permanent
Yeah,
benefits,
did you know it can
honestly.
kill, dude?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
It does so often. It really kills quick.
Yeah, on stage 1 it does.
Yeah, Race, the screen is
I
flashing
know,
blue,
I
by the way.
know, I
Okay,
know,
okay,
I
okay,
know,
okay.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, it's blue.
So aggressive.
Dude, it's
I
going
know.
crazy.
I realize. Thank
Shut
you.
the fuck up. Shut the
though.
fuck up. I know.
I know.
There is like a problem with the website that Sulky needs to do so. All right, if you guys want to play, go play, and we'll do the same.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
GG's.
All right, so everything on the screen is just going to be off for right now. Don't pay attention to it. Thank you. Goodbye. Blight
Oh, but
Acrid
my
loadout.
OCD. Let me get some gambas up. Oops. Forgot.
Thank you.
Hmm.
So, Blight Acrid. So, obviously, oh man, this is going to be a loadout that we're really trying to look for in equipment that is something that is really transformative for the build. If we get a capacitor like we did last run, that's going to be huge. If we go after some sort of like crowdfunder build, something like that, that's what our racers are really looking forward to here.
Yeah. It's like that in AoE. Like if you see a gas printer, go into that shit. Like always take the AoE when you play Blight Acrid. Otherwise you just get soft locked on stage 4 and 5 and it is not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the best way to play Blight Acrid is to not play Blight Acrid. Essentially, just find something that lets you do damage otherwise. Crowdfunder with bleed, bands, capacitor. Those are like, I think, the most bread and butter ones, but you can do some other stuff too. Like
Mhm.
Prion is pretty good. Prion's great for like bursting down bosses, so it's like Saw. But yeah, I would say like Crowdfunder, bleed, and then bands, capacitor are probably best case scenario. That's what you're looking for.
Agreed.
You can do like Caffeinator with fireworks. That can work out pretty well too. It just requires some good printers.
Yep.
Like more than any other loadout, I would say this one is just down to RNG.
I need to do some back
Ooh,
end stuff, so don't mind me for a second.
there's a Void Dio on stage 1.
Okay.
So, Vase. I
All right.
imagine everyone will find that. It's kind of out in the open. We'll see if they
Plarva's
keep it.
good.
Again, it's like,
Yeah. I don't know, because I think they might have to go after a damage one.
I
Honestly.
mean, also on Acrid, you don't really need a pillar skip, especially with the new host skip.
Yeah, you can just
You can
skip
just,
whenever you want with
yeah,
no
you don't need
items, so
any speed for it. I'm super happy that setup was found. The old one, I could never get it. You'd have to like align yourself with the pillar or the ramp when you're trying to jump up to the arena, and you had to like stall yourself and like hit weird angles. I could never get it, but the new one is super easy and straightforward, and I'm thankful of it every day.
nice speed printer stage 1 as well. That is really good. I love that.
Oh, and an ignition tank. That's gonna be pretty big if they can get gas here.
Yeah,
Ruddy
again,
is the only one that found it. It looks like.
the faster they can get an item that makes it so they don't have to individually hit every enemy is good. It's also a band stage 1.
Not bad, although they can proc bans with the shift. You can't with the other one, but this one does a little bit more damage. That's definitely going to help during this teleporter. Oh, and bans from the TP. K really getting rewarded for hitting that mountain shrine. Now he has 2 bans. And I think there's even a third band here too that he could find. Or no, maybe, okay, I think the band was from the teleporter. But that's really good here. And we do not have pot rolling on the next stage, unfortunately. We have it on the next Huntress one, but not a lot in favor of Blight here. What other stages do we have? Fogbound and Abyssal. That's pretty good, actually. I mean, Fogbound, they could end up getting a Z construct, which would be a nightmare to deal with, especially if they don't find any AoE before that. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. And then Abyssal is probably best case scenario. You don't want to be dealing with Siren's Call or even like Grove for that matter. Just the larva can really get in your way and hinder you. Like we saw that last run with Cap. Oh, and there is a +5 for Dan.
Already. Man.
And there goes the prediction. I said +5 by stage 3. 68% of you said yes. So there you guys go. Enjoy your points.
All right. Finally, back end stuff is fixed. Thank you. All right. Everything is
All right,
good
new
again.
prediction up. Get your votes in. Will there be a Z construct on stage 3? Is everything good?
Yep.
Okay.
Finally. Okay, saw the speed print last second. That sucks. I like where K's build is going actually, but I'm like if he does lose those bans, that is tough, right? Because those are his main damage at the moment.
Yeah,
He does have
like
that
those
Plarva,
Vans.
so
But that's, I think bans are the teleporter item, so everyone that picks up Plarva is gonna have that issue. Although Dan, the sad thing is that Dan died before he saw the Plarva. I don't know if Dan's even gonna get it here. It looks like Dan is struggling just with these wisps. Again, this is why AoE is so important. Just like situations like this, we have wisps like shooting you and they're really spread out.
Ruddy dying stage 1 and losing the Plarva they just got. Luckily, it's not a +5, but that does kind of
Hasn't gotten
limit
the bans
his.
yet either.
Yeah, it does kind of limit his ability to maybe get something good from the Plarva later or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it is
True,
kind of a
but
hit
it's
to the mental.
also, it is, but I'd argue that could actually be good because now he won't have to worry about it taking his band. He doesn't know he's going to get a band yet, but he will from this teleporter here.
No, I agree though. I mean, I think
And in the past, we've seen tons and tons of +5s in Mithrix where it's like, I don't know.
oh, and
having-
there's a real +5 for Ruddy though right afterwards. That's got to
when you have
be
20
rough.
That does suck. But when you have 20 +5s, it's, would you rather have 20 +5s and Vans, or no, 20 +5 and bands, or 19 +5 and still have your regular bands? That's
I mean,
what it comes down to a lot of the time.
yeah.
But that does suck. Luckily, though, he's not alone. Dan has also +5'd here. It's Blight Acrid. Anything could happen. I mean, 2 +5s on stage 1. Like, I imagine we'll see a few more of those by the end of this.
I mean, it's Blight time, so it's just it's
Okay,
one of those
already
loadouts
done.
that like it's just none of these guys really like play that much, and like when they do, it's like they just fucking hate it. So
Yeah.
oh, a feather for oh actually everybody never mind. Dan was the last one to find it, and I just didn't see it until right now. So my bad.
Everyone found it. That speed printer is great, though. I mean, they have speed, bands, feather. That's pretty ideal for a stage 1. And then safer spaces on stage 2. On the Void Seed. And then there is a fireworks printer. I might have gone into that. I don't know.
I would have been tempted honestly because again we're kind of looking for something that just like helps out. That's not just Blight, right? But
Yeah. Getting the Prion here. With the double band, that's nice. I mean, he has an okay build here. Like, he should be able to get through without coping too much, I think. With double bands and then Prion. Prion is also kind of AoE. You do have that really long cooldown on it, but you can burst down teleporter events pretty easily with it.
but Prion
It's
with
just
double
Mithrix
bands, I mean,
could still be pretty slow.
we've seen, at least from Cabbage, we've seen some really good Prion hugs, so it's doable. You can absolutely just come back if you execute it very well, but it is a big kind of gamble if you're not like super practiced with it.
Yeah, I mean, K's going to be the only one that's able to get that here. He's just barely fast enough to get it. I think he got it like 9 minutes.
Looking at K though, if he dies, he loses bans, he loses crit, he gets a key, and he loses his watch, which is a really tough position to be in. So a lot is riding on him not actually dying.
Yeah, I mean, his build is pretty fucked if that happens. And he's got the double ignition tank. So does Cap, actually.
Hmm.
I know they're looking for gas here because they are still very light on AoE. I mean, nobody really has it. K has the Prion, but that's kind of it as far as that goes. All right, let's see it. Is there a Z construct? No.
Magworm is nice. Okay, I should have shooting the
Magworm
Prion
is
out
very
to just kill the ads around the teleporter or to try to preempt where the worm is going. I couldn't really tell, but He missed.
Blast Shower on Ruddy. That's really nice with the safer spaces here.
Mm-hmm. Very defensive. Like he can afford to get in a little bit more on Mithrix. So Dan is scaring me at this point. Dan has 2 broken watches,
Oh,
of course, and then really low health on the stage 2 TP. He does have that Plarva, but if he dies here, he loses bans, which is horrible.
I want to see him go into that firework printer just to see how it would work out.
He doesn't want to lose that speed though. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't either, as tempting as it would be.
But Caffeinator, and you basically have a build. It's a big gamble, though.
And there's another feather for K for beating the stage 3 TP. Cool. I mean, they're at least like K doesn't have a lot of speed right now, so that extra feather actually really helps him a lot. But for everyone else who found the speed printer, by that second feather, that's all they should need, like for movement for the whole run. They're set. They're good to go, which is really nice. K still really want him to find movement somewhere, but now they can just really focus all in on kind of damage here. Just kind of trying to find any way to turn this build into a damaging one.
Yeah, I mean, K's the only one here that has a damage equipment. Everyone else has something that's defensive.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see. I really hope for kind of more damaging stuff, but I mean,
Dan
and
is kind of falling behind here. And just loot-wise, he has basically the same thing as everyone else, but he's just 5 minutes slower.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Ruddy is right there with him, though. Unfortunately.
Oh, Ruddy just hit the teleporter.
Yeah, our Australians today are falling a little bit behind on this one.
I wonder if it's because they +5'd and it changed their mental a little bit.
I think so. I think it's easy to say that.
They're playing with less confidence.
Especially in a loadout that has given them so much grief in the past. You know, getting that +5 early is like, all right, damn. It's true.
It is, but it's
does
also
suck.
Blight.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in the past where people have rushed on Blight, and the person that has been slowest, like 20 minutes slower, has won
Just because they
because
just got a better build. Or like a build that
because they
works.
took their time and got something that worked.
Because Blight, even if you go fast, still does not do that much damage to Mithrix at all. So it's crazy. It's a crazy ability.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Cap's build here.
I mean, at least he has
K's doing all right, but
he has
Cap,
not a lot
I
of
don't know.
damage. No, he doesn't have as many damaging items. But it's not too far off. I mean, I think one equipment could turn around. We'll see on stage 4. Okay, being the only one on stage 4, I'm trying to look around to see if I see an equipment or anything like that, but it's kind of hard.
Able to take out that imp pretty easily. Nobody is taking the Vrit, sadly.
Sadly.
Very sad. And there we go. Everyone is now on stage 3 or 4.
It's kind of like a crisscross pattern here. I'm
Yeah, I should get
surprised,
my
like
bathroom tiled like this.
I'm surprised that Ruddy and Dan are just got here, basically.
Yeah, we kind of see 2 different speeds. Racers that did +5 going a little bit slower. Racers that didn't really pushing ahead here.
Yeah. That shit's tough.
And K already hitting the teleporter. Not even really looking for loot. K is going incredibly fast for a Blight Acrid run.
Well, he's got the
16 minutes
Preon.
on
You know,
stage 4.
he's not the
True.
Blight character, he's the Preon character at this point, right? And he's just gonna take the Prion to Mithrix and see what happens. I think he's gonna go. I don't know. What do you think his strategy is gonna be? Try to get like the phase 1 hug, or try to wait till phase 3 just to skip that one completely?
I don't know. I think K can pull off whatever. If it was me though, I would definitely be very scared of pre-awning in phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of difficult.
Well, I think
You really have to know his patterns.
he would try in phase 1, because phase 2 is still gonna take a really long time. So by that time, maybe the Prion is back up or close to it for phase 3.
Oh yeah, phase 2 is going to be pretty brutal.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's the problem with having a pre-on build. If you're relying on that wholly for your damage, A, you could miss and then be stuck for like 2 minutes and deal no damage. And then B, you
Mhm.
also have like phase 2. You have to deal with a lot of enemies at once. Oh, Cap getting another band.
Beautiful. If only he could really use it well. The slam for this build does proc it, so it's not like he can't proc bans or anything like that. And his triple M1 does as well, even though that's like, you know. But he can use them. It's just compared to a Prion. I don't know.
Yeah. Rushing for that Prion seems like it was the play so far. I mean,
I
K
agree. I mean,
also
those
hasn't really missed out on much loot either, from what I'm seeing.
and a shuriken for the bans for K. So phase 2 is going to be a lot better now. You
Yeah,
can kind of
Shuriken's
burst
really
down
help
the
here.
wisps. It looks like now K is taking the time to loot a little bit more. This is probably the first time in this run we've seen him like go around like a stage and get some stuff. I think he kind of realized that he's gonna need something,
Ooh,
right? He's gonna need either speed or something else for
ATG.
phase 2. Yeah, he did get an ATG, which is really nice, of the key box, which hopefully everyone could be able to get.
I mean, you proc that off a Prion.
Yeah, it's true.
You're sitting pretty.
It's just it's unfortunate that he missed the speed printer stage 1 is really what it comes down to. I know he would have happily given up some crowbars and syringes for that.
That's true, but got double feather in a safer spaces. That will help him a little bit here, at least.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what's in the shipping request form. Elixir, not bad.
Yeah, it's got what, 3 watches? A little bit
Yeah.
of insurance there.
Losing those would be absolutely tragic, so very important. I'm looking at Cap, right? The person who's closest to K in terms of, and Cap is really not far behind. Cap is doing the same thing in the same path that K did only like 30 seconds to a minute ago. He's just getting all the loot around here. He's gonna pick up he doesn't have the key, so he's not gonna be able to get the ATG here though.
Yeah, that's sad.
You need a proc to proc bans. You need to have at least 0.1. Without any sort of proc, you cannot.
So like a sticky bomb would not be
Correct.
able to proc bans.
Correct. And we got the Duke on K screen. He's got to be a little bit careful here, though. There is a
nice.
void touched bell just hanging around TP, and he has no speed, so he has to be a little bit careful. Jesus. He is getting
think
his
we'll see
saber
him
spaces
complete this?
destroyed. Oh, man.
You think we'll see him complete this void seed?
I don't think so. He already has the means to skip. He has double feather with saber spaces and opal. I think despite the low speed that he has, he feels comfortable that he can win without dying. And if he does die, he does have the Dios. But I don't really think. I mean, like, depends, I guess, if it's like 4 Void Cradles, because he has Saber Spaces, it'd be pretty quick, but I don't know, for just like extra damage.
I don't know.
I don't think he'd really do it, though.
Mithrix is the great equalizer, though. We'll see. I can see Cap catching up here pretty easily, especially with his speed.
I think so too.
Even though he's
That
going
3
a little
speed
bit
does
slower.
make a difference. But it's gonna just be the damage in Mithrix that's gonna be the big thing. And if K does pull out the Prion well, that's it.
Oh,
Oh, there
there
we
is
go.
a capacitor
Capacitor.
in there.
Yeah,
Cap's definitely gonna go for that,
absolutely.
which is huge.
This is more consistent and reliable damage than the Prion has, so
You don't
definitely
really need the
Cap's happy
vase.
about that. Everyone should be able to find that. K's actually going back for the Void Seed here.
Mm,
I don't know what specifically he's looking for, but there was only one enemy left, so he thought I might as well just get it real quick.
fair.
Needle tick.
I don't think he's gonna go back far enough to see the capacitor though, or maybe he will. I
Oh
don't know.
no,
Does have a bit of money.
that's really far away. He doesn't have enough for that.
That's kind of Cap's ace in the hole right now. I think
Yeah.
that capacitor.
Looks like there's another Void Cradle that K wanted to get. So just going for that real quick. I'm surprised that K's doing this, but if he's really looking for some extra stuff, then, you know.
And K is doing a bit better in the damage department. I think Cap only has the one watch. He has 3.
Hmm. And also K has the ATG. No one else has that right now because no one else got the
True.
key. No, actually, Ruddy did. Ruddy got the key and he got the ATG. My bad. I didn't see him get
Oh,
it.
there's another. Speaking of keys,
Hmm. Although, you know, K's not going to really get the key box on the moon, probably, unless it's
he
like
might.
right in his
We'll
path.
see. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have enough money for the equipment barrel right next to TP. I don't know what it is, but if that's like a really good equipment, that'd be a shame. He's actually trying to go for it because he actually looks like he doesn't really want to stick with the. Oh, never mind. Never mind. He just saw another normal chest. I think he was just still hounding for some speed.
Mm,
I thought he
yeah.
was going to go back for the equipment barrel, be like, I don't really want the Prion or something, but
I mean, what has he got? He's got that one mocha. And I think that's it.
Dan is actually on to stage 5, and K is onto the moon. Nice little swap there.
Nice.
I mean, they spawn right next to the capacitor tri-shop on stage 5. I'm surprised that no one really like looked into it, and because it was on the other side of it, but I would usually check that. I'm surprised that Cap is the only one to do it. Acrid can skip without the host skip, but with it's just faster to host skip at this level of speed, so
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna see K do. It's a different
Host
setup,
skipping
so
is really
hopefully
fast and easy.
he's practiced it.
I mean, he made the video on it.
Okay?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Cap.
No.
No, I'm sure K has practiced it.
We'll see, we'll see. But man, it's really this walk all the way to the mass pillars that is just like insane
Yeah.
with no speed.
It is. It
It's
looks like
terrible.
Cap is about to leave here. Yeah.
Dan is worrying me a little bit too. He's kind of having a tough time here in the teleporter, so.
We'll see. I feel like this is kind of a toss-up right now
Oh
between
man.
K and Cap.
And Dan broke another watch. Damn. He just can't help it.
Damn. That's 2 more to the pile. Oh, Dan.
Dan.
Really getting harassed by that Z
This might be
construct.
it for Dan. I don't know. He does have the Plarva, right? So it's not like he's going to get a +5, but losing 3 of those bands is going to be really tough.
That's rough. And you know he's going to flute after this and find that capacitor.
And here we go. We can see K doing the host skip right now. He did get the good lineup. I think he has to do it one more time. Yep.
Yeah, this one is just so fast. The host skip is fucking ridiculous.
He's got a lineup right in between there. I think he's too far forward, actually. He might not
He'll
be,
be
but no, he's fine. Good. Good, good, good. And there we go.
Is.
It's just
and then
that
we're gonna
easy.
see Cap do it in a second here.
Cap being able to get there just so much faster. Cap is gonna do this little movement to get over there a little bit faster as well.
Get some height while he's up there too.
Mm-hmm. And he has enough movement to just path over real quick, so. There is actually a rejuvenation rack in the shipping request form right next to the host skip spot, but Cap is not stopping to go for it.
Yeah. And
Good spot.
not the rejuve rack. All right, let's see if K goes for this Prion here. And Cap doing it one fewer time, I think, because
It looks like K is not going for the Prion here. It looks like he's holding it. I think he's looking at his damage and saying, like, okay, I think I could get through phase 1 decently fast. And just, might feel like he kind of wastes the Prion for phase 3 if he kind of uses it now.
phase 2 is going to be really tough for him here with no speed and not really having an easy way to deal with them. So I think it's a fair call to save it. Although he does have those shurikens. Shurikens will help a lot.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up for me, which I'd rather do. I think I may have tried doing Prion phase 1, just because it's really only Shuriken ATG bans for phase 2, but I don't know. Either way, it's not going too slow. It's going fine.
Meanwhile, Dan is coping this teleporter, and Ruddy is still on stage 4. Seems like
Interesting.
he's been coping a bit there too.
That's tough. What happens if they both go full cope, and it's like an hour and a half until they're done?
That's Blight.
Oh man.
That's definitely happened before. And K done with phase 1. On to the real fight here. Oh, that ATG with the shurikens are helping him out so much.
Yeah.
I think if Cap had gotten the ATG,
And Dan losing the Plarva and gaining Void Bands right before he gets to leave stage 5, unfortunately.
that's tragic.
And Dan was 90% on the teleporter too, which was, he was almost done with his cope scenario. He just had to run away, get a little bit of charge, and he would have been good.
Dan was making some really interesting noises. I turned on his audio for a second. Just a man in pure misery.
Yeah.
Ugh. K getting bursted down by those wisps. Look at his health.
Yeah, it's
He's
not
missing so
looking too
much.
good. Again, it's just that lack of movement speed, and he's getting kind of right in the middle of everything here. He misses shurikens, unfortunately. So that's not
Lingering around the
great.
rosy. And
Yeah,
here's
like
Cap on phase 2. This is where he can catch up.
he can. It really, really depends on if K gets a really good Prion hug for phase 3 here. If he doesn't, I don't know. I don't think he has enough damage quite to nuke the whole phase yet, but he has a lot. So
I don't know. He's eating an elixir there. I think the chances of K getting Vanded are pretty high.
he's almost
I
done
think
with
he might
phase
use
2
that
though.
larva.
He's almost done. He's getting there. I would have gone for the other golem there because it was almost dead, but oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. I don't know. He's kind of playing it a little bit risky here. He's scaring me. He needs to jump on it, but he's only get shotguns, so.
Yeah, there he goes. Cap is still a bit behind. I thought the capacitor would give him more of an advantage here, but I don't know.
So K really doesn't want to waste the band here. He's going for the Prion. Oh, he used the Prion earlier in this phase. Never mind. I didn't even realize that.
Saved it for phase 2.
Oh, interesting. I was not paying attention to specifically what he was doing. I thought he would have used it right at the start of phase 3. Cap
I
could
don't know. I think he
definitely
can
catch
still
up
win
then.
here. But just like watching the speed of this fight, it seems like they've been progressing through it at about the same rate, honestly. Like Cap doesn't have the ATG, but he does have the capacitor. Oh,
Yep.
Cap taking some big hits there.
It's just the golems, man. They're bullying.
Very sad they never found gas.
Yeah.
You could get a few ignition tank procs on Mithrix here with those orbs. That would have helped a bit.
K does have the Prion, so now we're kind of looking. Once Mithrix kind of jumps to the middle, next time he does, K is wanting to set up the Prion. It's really close to that point, but it's just not
Dan
quite
didn't
there
even-
yet.
I don't know if he didn't see the capacitor or didn't want it, but it looked like he just ran right up to that multi-shop, didn't even look at the capacitor and picked the random.
Did he miss the capacitor?
Well, it was in that multi-shop. and
Yeah,
he
but like,
just
did he
picked
like
the random.
misclick? I don't know.
Well, no, he was
Oh,
like
he just-
behind.
I see. I thought he specifically chose the cube, not like a question mark one. I see.
I don't know if he saw it though.
K is in the Prion there at the end of pizza. It looked like I don't know. I would have probably waited for him to, or done a little bit earlier. I don't know. I was a little bit not as much damage as I was kind of hoping. I don't know if he got the good hug. It looked like maybe a tendril procced it, and then he got hit by the explosion. Especially with his low speed, it was just hard to get in at the right time.
He's doing a significant amount of damage here, I think. It'd be hard for Cap to catch up now. Although Cap does have that speed, so if the portals are really bad here, Cap can make up a little bit of time.
That's true. Also, K has at this point has like a nice like cushion, right? If he dies, it's not like the biggest deal in the world. He's at the end of the phase. He can just kind of force it, you know.
Yeah. Getting vanded here is not a huge deal.
Yeah, that Plarva's good.
Oh, which might happen. These orbs are really harassing him.
Mm-hmm. This is just a situation of Acrid with no speed by this point. It's tough. These feathers are absolutely a godsend.
Oh, this is gonna be close, but I think K's got it.
I
Honestly,
think he's got it too. Unless something horrible happens in phase 4, or if he can't skip or something like that. Looks like he's gonna try to go for the skip right now. I don't know if he has enough damage though. Nah,
yeah, he missed
he
it.
just doesn't. At this point, I'd be really tempted just to do phase 4. Okay, there we go. I think he was just letting the Blight kill him on that one.
No Planula here, unfortunately. Mithrix has
man.
really good synergy with Planula. Speaking of Blight.
Oh yeah. He's going full aggro. He did get his Plarva back, so he can take a death here if he needs to.
Which is exactly what happened. I thought
Yeah.
he didn't have it back quite yet, but
No, it's fine. He might still die again though, so he's gotta be really careful. It looks like he's fine. Alright.
yeah. See the portals.
Yeah, Cap is getting closer. Cap could skip phase 4 and then, just have like a faster run. It looks like it's a good portal, so
Yeah.
look fine. Spare drone parts in the soup actually. Dan just picked it up.
Ooh,
Interesting.
good, but he doesn't have any other drones. And then Ruddy
Yeah.
is also on the moon. I think Ruddy's just gonna skip.
Looks like it. Reddy's getting in a position to get over to the mass area for the host skip.
So it looks like there might be a bit of a competition here for third between Ruddy and Dan.
Yep.
I imagine we'll see Cap pull out an easy second here.
Yeah, again, he's in the same position that K was in. He has the Plarva. He's pretty much good to go here. Nothing really could happen, I'm sure. that can
Say that.
it
Capacitor curse.
reasonably anyway. So
If he dies somehow, he +5. It
dies
is
twice,
absolutely
like
your fault.
gets phased
What
forward.
could
I don't know.
possibly go wrong here?
Ooh, Cap trying to set up a phase 4 skip with the Acrid M1, but he just wasn't close enough, unfortunately, to get it. Ruddy actually going for a behemoth soup. Interesting soup, honestly, but
Hmm.
I don't know,
Ruddy did
it's-
find gas.
he does have the
Some point.
capacitor. so it's not going to be bad. Ready using the soup host skip spot to get air so he can get back over to the Acrid spot in time. Cap done with his phase 4. And K done with his run.
Very,
Good
very
job.
nice.
Let's bring in K right now. Hello.
No.
You are like 1,000 miles away from the mic again.
Hello.
Don't do
No.
that. Okay.
You're inside the mic.
How was the run?
I feel pretty good about it. I'm happy that the Mountain Shrine stage 1 like turned out good because I invested like a minute into that, and
Yep.
I was happy with the hug I got during phase 3, so I couldn't complain. I'm just scared I missed like, I don't know, a bizarre where there was an headset and then everyone got like a 20-minute run, but seems like it wasn't the case because no one is here, so I'm happy.
There was a drone man, but
There was
No.
also stage 5 right near spawn. There was a capacitor.
No, I actually remember thinking there's a multi shop. But then I thought, yeah, I don't need to skip. I'm gonna skip with like host skip. And as I took the jump pad over to the TP, I thought maybe there was a capacitor, but I won't
It
check
was.
now.
Yep. Yep. And that's the one Cap
That
got,
would have
but
made the fight very
he
easy.
he was just a little bit slower, but yeah, the capacitor
bit
was really
slower.
nice.
also didn't find the ATG.
Oh,
The ATG was helping you out a lot. I
Yeah, from
noticed
the
on
key
phase
box.
2 especially.
Yeah. Yeah. There was like no movement speed in that run, or did I miss another speed pincher?
It was just stage 1 speed printer that everyone got.
Oh, come on, man. That actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember seeing it after I left. True. Yeah, dude. Fuck this game, by the way. I had a mocha. And I was chilling. I was
Yeah, that
chilling.
was tough.
Dude, I'm glad you got the 2 feathers because honestly, like without it, that would have been
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
actually.
The
Like,
walk of
during-
shame on the moon.
Stage 4, stage 5, I just noticed, I can't dodge brass contraptions. They just hit me.
It was tough.
It's
Hey Cap,
impossible.
Yo,
good run by the way.
You've
Not
secured
bad.
second place.
second place. All right, all right.
Big second.
Not bad. What
Pretty close.
Okay, you got 36-18. Okay. Yeah, that was a slow run. I mean, that's all I got to say about that.
Just slow.
Yeah, those. I mean, other than the bands and then capacitor, did anyone find anything else?
Mm,
Yeah, I
the
wish I had
soup.
a capacitor.
The soup had Drone Man Behemoth. There was a key box that had an ATG in it.
Okay.
Other than that, not really. Honestly,
just went
Okay, you did
faster.
not. Yeah, you didn't get
Hey.
the capacitor.
K got
No, I
the
didn't see
Prion
it
stage
next.
3 out of the chest.
Hay
Oh,
did
okay,
a stage
okay.
1 mountain shrine, got 2 bands, and then rushed for Prion.
Mm. Nice. Pretty good.
Which was a good
K also
strategy.
didn't have any speed.
I
Dude,
missed
I
the
had no
speed
movement
printer.
speed. I had a mocha. I had a fucking mocha.
Shit.
That's it.
Good shit,
My
man.
run- my-
Good
it
time.
was- dude, I had more vertical mobility than like horizontal mobility.
Yeah, I got
That was
baited into
better.
the speed printer stage 1 a little bit.
I would have loved that. I had 3 whites ready to drown into that.
The
Anyway.
Australians
Yeah, what
both
happened?
had some problems. Ruddy died twice on
Hmm.
stage 1, unfortunately. One was with the Plarva though. And Dan died twice on stage 5.
Stage 1 Plarva. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
didn't Dan
Okay.
also die on stage 1?
No,
I
he
think
lost
Dan
his
also +5 on
watches.
stage 1.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
look
he
at how
might. Yeah,
early
he did. He did. No,
in
no,
his-
that's right. That's right. He lost his Plarva stage 5, which was the one that was like really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Dan went.
That can't
Oh no,
be right.
Ruddy went capacitor. Dan didn't even get capacitor.
Just
He just
never
got the
found
Dream Man.
anything. Which I feel like Ruddy's gonna pass up Dan here. Just they're at this pretty much
For
the
sure.
same point right now, but Ruddy has a capacitor. So I kind of like where he's going a little bit more.
How was
No
phase
band.
2 for UK? Did you just shuriken band?
Yeah, I had Shuriken and double bands for the Wisps. I was close to losing my watches a couple of times just because I had 0 movement speed.
Yeah,
But yeah,
understandable,
I had
especially with that
I
leap.
had to hug some pillars, yeah, and then it worked out.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah, I
really
was-
expecting anyone to go crazy fast because I just didn't find anything too good after like stage 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Ooh,
I
damn
think I would
that.
have been. Rest in
Damn.
peace.
That's
My fight would have been a lot easier with capacitor, but I got a prey on hack on phase 3, half-shotting Mithrix. During, like,
Yeah, it's
after
pretty good.
pizza.
It's always a good time save.
oh, I
So I think this
forgot.
pretty
the
much
big
secures it for Ruddy because he
the
still has
biggest
his
thing.
larva.
Yeah, the biggest thing in the runs is that Ruddy has the bans and Dan does not. So even if he didn't get that +5 there, I think Ruddy would have still been ahead unless he specifically died. But even if he does die, he's still ahead by a lot in DPS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Did you guys see the reject that was in the shipping request form on the moon?
I saw
That was
it.
pretty
No,
far
I
away.
did. What? I
Yeah.
didn't see it as I was.
I didn't grab
skipping.
it because I was host
That's
skipping, but it was
funny.
there. Right on the spot. So I guess if like you messed up, then might as well grab a reject on your way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 3 leeching seats, dude. Holy, leech up.
Yeah,
Hell
Ruddy
yeah.
has the reject from it. It's funny.
Oh yeah, nice.
He messed up
Fuck
the
yeah.
skip and he's like, you know what?
Hey, Dan has
Yeah.
the double drone man tech from his +5.
Oh, true.
That's my
The
tech.
K tech of killing yourself and losing.
Yeah, good tech though. Look at the damage.
It's true. It's better than what he's doing with Blight. I was counting. It was 16
See?
damage per tick. I was leaving the ship
Crazy though.
Only 16
5
damage
seconds.
for Blight. Damn. That's crazy
If you
damage,
tried
guys.
stacking, if you stacked it,
Oh yeah, let me
How
just
much is
stack with
poison, like 5?
only epidemic.
Yeah, just
yeah,
get.
I mean, you
Purities,
can
you're
get
good.
several stacks of 16, dude.
Mm-hmm.
that's
I saw a lot of
32,
empty downtime.
48. Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's Blight. Leap actually wasn't that bad because I had the double bans. Usually
Yeah.
I hate this leap. I just find it obnoxious to wait so long till you can use it again, but in this case it actually did something.
The damage was
Yeah.
nice without having to triple hit everything to proc him and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Those are for
Ruddy
the
is
bells.
almost done. He's just gonna set up like a phase 4 skip here.
Already
Oh,
has this secured.
he's a little bit off. He's a little bit slow. It's fine. He has a capacitor, but
Ugh.
it did lose him some time.
Assuming he doesn't +5 before he gets his larva back. Oh, he used his larva.
Yep.
What? No.
Oh, that happened
Oh,
very
it's
early on.
Stage 1, yeah.
Okay. I was about to say.
Did Dan not find the capacitor?
Nope. No, he
Man,
walked
so
up to
hidden.
that
He-
tri-shop and he just picked a random one instead of the capacitor one on the
I
side.
don't think he
Oh,
even
well,
looked at the
okay.
capacitor.
Yeah.
He walked
I mean, that's
to it
just
from an adjacent angle and just picked the random one.
okay.
But he had Vans by that point, so it could have been an intentional
Yeah, but
decision.
like, it's still damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people don't like Vand, which is fine because usually the normal bans are just the better play always for more damage and more time putting them out every 10 seconds instead of 20, but it's still damage.
Having
It's
a
almost like
capacitor is better than a
when
base for damage.
yeah. And if you have 2 void bands, it's still a double capacitor shot on every enemy inside the void band. Like it's damage.
Does he have 3? I think he has 3. So that's like a
Okay,
triple
so yeah.
capacitor shot right there.
Yeah. 3 extra capacitor hits on the enemy. It's similar to when Dan did like a lunar race back in the day and he was
Plus
just
5?
scared to use the tonic for some reason. But like it's damage, you know?
He's gotta pretty much use whatever you have at that point when you're
Yeah.
so low on damage.
Oh, Dan, I don't know what he's
Yep.
doing.
Oh, he's a
Poor
little.
Dan out of it. He's
We'll wait for Ruddy
He's
to
done.
finish. Yeah.
it's
Trying to get that
Australian
focus
special.
crystal value.
I mean, true.
He's turning Acrid's body upside down by dying over and over.
Did anyone go full watches stage 1?
So watch printer stage 1? I only saw the speed printer.
Yeah,
Actually,
it was right next to TP.
Oh,
All
okay.
these printers I'm missing. That's fucking.
Bro, how do you miss that?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see
Actually,
it.
It
yeah,
was like-
I saw that one. Yeah, no, I didn't
Yeah.
go into it because we had the Clarva, I think.
No, Dan.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go for it.
All right,
I was
someone
like, I might try to kill myself strategically anyways.
someone
So
pull Dan out, please. It's
Okay,
over.
I got you.
No one
Yeah.
watched this? This is great, dude. This is
he's
content.
done like 1% damage in the past like 30 seconds or something in Mithrix. It's not moving
Yeah,
the
that's
health
Blight.
bar. I know.
Are you not entertained, dude?
Oh man, Blight's crazy.
It was all about finding equipment, and we did not get a carry equipment until I guess either stage 3 or Sky Meadow. So
Yeah, what was it? I didn't see it.
You know that try shop that you bought the cube on?
Sick.
If you just like walked forward 2 feet, you would have seen the capacitor.
God damn it! I was praying so hard for a capacitor the whole time.
You just had to look at it. It was right there.
Cursed. Absolutely cursed.
Yeah, the Australians had a tough time this time, I think.
Yeah, that was
Blight
not
doesn't
pleasant.
mix with the down under.
Both
It looked
both of you guys died stage 1. So,
Uh-huh,
tough.
and I think that was kind of it. I think that I'm assuming that hit both of your mental pretty hard. Like you
No,
we noticed you guys
I'm
slowed
pretty,
down,
I'm
and
pretty. It's like one thing I feel like I'm pretty like fine with. Like I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll just keep on just playing the way I play. But at the end in the Mithrix fight, like I was just like every death, like this is the one. Like I'm gonna hear their voice any minute. Like please, just give me. Like that's when it starts going.
Mhm.
Not at the start.
You were not
It
stacking
seemed like
drone
you
mints on
guys
purpose?
slowed down a lot after
No,
that.
it wasn't.
Did you get
Crazy.
Drone Man
It was the soup.
over Behemoth?
I don't know, man. I was taking whatever I could, dude. I don't fucking know.
Okay. I'm
I
sorry.
saw Drone Man first and grabbed it. And I'm like, oh, Behemoth as well. Yeah, whatever, dude.
well, Dan didn't have the capacitor, so he didn't really
Yeah,
have
dude,
as
the
much
capacitor
on
would have
hit.
changed everything. Would have been, oh, would have changed everything. That's why I was greeting on
Nah.
stage 5. Wanted it so bad.
Scope.
You
Scope
just
Dan
gotta
put-
look at the
Yeah.
didn't have it
equipments, man.
either.
I don't know.
Yeah, just it was right there.
Yeah, it's
I just had to
bad.
look at it.
All right. Give
But
me 2
congratulations.
seconds. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
ditto.
perhaps the worst run of the day. So good
So
for
far,
you guys.
out of like
And that's why I said perhaps.
yeah.
This run was kind of breezy for me compared to my first, so I don't know.
Oh man,
You were chilling.
that's tough. Do you guys like the
wait for
new
Huntress
might be
or
pretty
wait for
bad.
Dan? Do you guys like the new +5s on the website now? Chat room?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's so nice.
Mm.
Gives a
Yeah,
lot of
let's see.
context.
Yeah. To your 8 death, 64,
Yeah.
53.
That moon was a banger though. I
I
don't
mean,
care.
it was.
Holy shit! You guys have to watch back my Void Fiend run. That was, just the moon. Don't worry about.
No, we'll watch back
Anything else.
stage 4 too.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm just gonna watch stage 4
It'll
on
make you
repeat.
feel better about yourself.
Dude,
Yeah.
just no movement speed going up against Gup like that. Fuck that.
Yeah, I understand. I died stage 4, so
Yeah, you died several times that run. Just
I died twice. Yeah, I died twice.
those Dios, man.
I
What the
Boroked it,
hell?
by the way. Did
I
you say
I
Borok? I
saw.
hope you said
Yeah,
Borok.
I said Bulwark.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You ready,
You
Dan?
got Fogbound again?
I'm back.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Get another prey on.
Well, if you guys are ready for another amazing loadout today, then
Yeah.
log in. Let's do it.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Look.
All right. What do you think on this one, Disputed?
Ugh, I'm glad I am not playing it. Like we said at the top of the stream, this is probably the lowest DPS loadout, at least at first.
Yeah.
Huntress scales pretty well over time. Once you get some procs going, you can get builds pretty easily. Huntress is pretty reliable, but definitely early on, she can struggle a lot, especially when you have Flurry and Arrow Rain. Not ideal.
Yeah. I mean,
And single blink too, so I think their overall mobility and like just survivability is a bit lower.
we have the potential to just have a run that just doesn't really capitalize on anything that we have. there is always like a larger chance of that when we see loadouts like this, but we'll see. A reminder for the proc stuff, by the way, this is not only is this a very, very low DPS loadout, it's also one of the lower end of proc ability loadouts in the game. Oh, there's a gun on Dan, by the way, right away, which could be good for stage 3. But for Air Rain, we have a 0.2 proc coefficient, which means it's not procking shits. And for Flurry, we have a 0.7 proc coefficient with a pretty large downtime in between shots, unless, of course, you get crit. But the large downtime between shots is kind of the part which makes it really kind of tougher to go into like something like a bleed build or something like that. In addition with the lower proc, so we'll see. I think honestly, in the first couple stages, their glaive is going to be their most damage, which is crazy, but that's also
the
like
worst thing they can see here is a Beetle Queen.
I mean, they might have
Beetle
to use the
Queen can be
gun
so
at
rough.
that point. Like
They might, yeah.
I wouldn't
If you don't
even
find any AoE and you're playing Huntress, you can struggle so much on stage 1.
yeah. Because like you just can't really hit what you want to hit, right? With the things that you have. Like, and by the way, you can't. Oh, that AOE on Ruddy is fantastic right now. The Will-O-Wisp. You can't use Arrow Rain. You can't target an enemy in the air. You have to hit the ground. And if they're just floating above the Arrow Rain, you can't hit them, right? For some reason, it's the only like targetable skill that works that way. I don't know.
Oh, and they got a Titan, so
Okay, pretty easy.
that's a bit of a blessing.
Very nice. If they can get through next stage without using the gun, they might be able to get something really nice on stage 3, either a Murph or a Shattersplint. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm crossing my fingers there. They could get a construct on that map though, which would be pretty unfortunate. The rest of the maps do not have any good, or sorry, they don't have any particularly game-changing boss items. If they get like a drone man, they could save it for stage 5 Emily cores or something like that. But Grove has really awful boss items usually. So, and
Hey,
there's an
who was
ATG from the
casting last
teleporter, huh?
I'm just looking at these previous predictions. First place in nail biting fingers. First man to moon. Game time. Me keep tab. What?
I think it was a mix of everyone just throwing gambles in from everywhere. Frost was also casting with me. I don't remember if he was doing gambles though. I don't remember. Honestly, looking at the items available on stage 1 though, watch the Will-O-Wisp and the ATG. Even the Sticky Bomb, now that they have the ATG and the Goat Hoof, these are all very good items. I mean, there's an Opal and there's a Quail as well. Oh no, Cap is kind of struggling here a little bit.
Breaking that watch.
Yeah, that's really not good, but he got through. That's good, but man, that's pretty tough.
That ATG feels good, but again, they do have the lower proc, so
Yeah.
they're really
So-
only going to be able to proc that from their glaive. I mean,
So-
you can proc it from your M1, but
Yeah. As a
kinda weak.
reminder, they only need, or it's only a 7% chance from their M1 and a 2% chance for Air Rain, and it scales with the damage of each hit, so it's very low. Not only is it
Yeah.
not going to be often, it's not going to be powerful. So it's really the glaive.
Glaive is going to carry here.
Hopefully, again, like we were talking about in the Blight Acrid run, they can get some sort of mechanism, some sort of equipment to just not have to rely on her abilities, basically.
Yeah. Or a crit printer. Crit printer also works.
That would be pretty nice. Getting like a crit printer and like the shatter spleen off of the gun in stage 3, that would be ideal, but we'll see.
Yeah. Just any amount of crit, really.
Okay, on to stage
Like-
2 already.
I think 2 crit is enough to make it not feel horrible.
I don't know. I want a lot before I do not like the way Flurry feels personally, but Oh, and there was a void
Ooh,
crit on
like
stage 1, and Reddy was the only. Oh, never mind. Dan found it as well. But I'm surprised no one else really found that. That's a really nice pickup,
needle
actually.
tick. Looks like everyone found the Will-O-Wisp.
Since we're
It's nice.
talking
There is
about
gas.
like the low proc stuff and everything, it's really just a lot harder to stack bleed because the proc coefficient affects the duration of things like bleed, right? So not only do you proc bleed less, but it stays up less, which means you can stack it. You can't stack it as well. So that's why needle tick is actually very, very good for Huntress and specifically a loadout like this.
Does it not affect the duration on needle tick?
It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever you proc, you do damage for. So
Hmm. Interesting. I would have thought there was like some kind of other negative effect. I guess just because there is with bleed, but
nope.
yeah, that definitely makes needle tick a lot more viable.
There is a mountain shrine on
And
stage 2, but I really. Oh, actually, you
K
know
hit it.
what? Okay, hit it. I was gonna say I really doubt anyone's gonna hit it, but he's really feeling confident with the AOE that he has with Will-O-Wisp and the ATG.
I mean,
I feel like if
double
they got the
Titan again,
Beetle
though.
Queen though, like it would have been really bad. Like
Or even like a Dune Strider would be hard because they
he
heal.
he got lucky, right? He
Did
did
get
high
lucky.
roll the bosses here for sure. He did get a glaive
See what he
ATG
gets.
there that was really good.
Oh, the double harpoon rewarded.
Very worth it.
Well, I don't know. Him hitting the mountain shrine, I think it was he wanted to hit it early. You hit because if you hit the mountain shrine, you get more enemies, which means more gold. So he'll be able to loot a little bit more after that.
Hmm.
So I think there's a little bit more that went into that decision other than just getting the second green item.
Yeah, I mean, also just being able to maybe get one of the boss items here would have been okay. Not the Neuro really, but like if he did happen to do like a Beetle Queen boss and got like a Beetle Guard or something extra, that would have been probably appreciated. It would probably would have done a lot of DPS, maybe more than they do in their normal kit here. So
Brody and Cap found a little bit of crit.
it was in a multi-shop in this side of the map. I'm surprised that kid didn't pick it up yet. I think it's gonna go back for that area. Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm guessing they might go for bans here. But I'm not sure it is Huntress. Like this is not
Ooh, and
a
that is a
super.
+5 for Cap. That is really unfortunate.
Oh,
We saw kind of like signs in stage 1 that, maybe he wasn't as comfortable with the big blink a little bit. And that really just caught up to him,
it's
man.
still
That's
early though.
brutal.
You can definitely come back, but
It's still early. I mean, and this is a loadout that everyone is uncomfortable with. It's not just him. So there is chance that someone else could get on the one, but that
and
is rough.
I don't care what Dan says. Getting an early death definitely does weigh on your mental. Like
Oh, it does. Yeah.
it 100% does.
Okay, going back again, that crit, he's not getting the void crit because again, no. um Cab might actually die again here, so he needs to kind of get away a little bit. That healing drone isn't really doing enough for him, and these beetle guards are particularly brutal. As a
Good
reminder,
neural.
I want to talk about the big blink for a second because I don't think we did at the start, but
Mm.
when you play with phase blink all the time, it kind of takes away your ability to think about your positioning, right? Because you're never truly in danger. You're always able to just blink out of any attack at any point. And that's why Huntress is kind of like a kind of breezy survivor because you can just kind of blink everywhere, hold M1, and you're good. But this one, you actually have to play her more like a normal survivor. You have to think about your positioning, which some people just aren't used to doing. So it
Mhm.
can be kind of a shock when they have a moment of realization that they're in a bad position and their blink is on cooldown and they don't have a way to get out of it and they're just like, damn. So it does change things up a little bit and
Takes a lot of
requires a little bit
adjusting
more,
too.
yeah, a little bit of adjusting, especially on Mithrix, and we'll probably see more of that later. But
Oh, K getting the Ducleus.
man, using the gun for it too. That's a moment where again, because the air rain cannot target enemies in midair, and because of that boss just flying away, He was like, dude, I'm not gonna even worry about it. I'm gonna just kill it with the gun and move on.
Well, also, I don't know if you saw this, but he got the Prion.
Oh, nice.
So I think his plan was just to shoot that no matter what, so he could keep the
Yeah.
Prion.
I didn't even notice. This is a really good play from K. Just get it out of there. Maybe, like, he's basically has a token for a boss printer at some point in the next 2 stages. 1 stage, sorry.
Next stage.
And just seeing if we can get something from it, but if not, whatever. Pray on time.
Yeah. If you guys did not know, yellow printers actually cannot spawn on stage 5.
Nope. And it's like it's hard coded into Sky Meadows. Like it's just that map specifically cannot do it. Which sucks. I don't know why that is, but it's how it is.
I mean, also red printers can't appear until stage 5. You used to be able to get them kind of early if you did void fields, but now you can't do that anymore.
That one specifically though is a
patched-
situation where it's locked for the stage count, but for the printer itself, it just can't be on that specific map.
Yeah.
A little bit different, but same concept. Actually, Dan, I was gonna mention this earlier. Dan did pot roll, and he did get his bans, which is kind of nice for him. Unfortunately, this gun is kind of gonna be a little bit of a paperweight in everyone's build because there's just no good boss items, really.
Well, what's the next stage coming up? Grove? Oh yeah, K was definitely right to use it.
Yeah, like there's no.
You have like stage 1 enemies on Grove, or stage 1 bosses. It's Doomstrider, Vagrant, and Titan. Like, that's gross.
Now, to be clear, we said that you can get a red printer on stage 5. That's when
Yeah,
it
it's still
starts
super
to
rare.
appear.
Very unlikely, but it does happen.
Okay, is actually looting up this map before he goes. There's a few things around. I'm curious about the situation on stage 4 once he gets there, though. He's actually getting another sticky bomb as well, which is good for his ATG whenever he does find a time to proc them. His crit isn't too bad. He's got 16% base here with the scythe, which isn't terrible, but a few more would be nice.
All right. I usually look for around 30 on Flurry. 30% is, I don't know. I think at that point it kind of starts to compete with Strafe. I know you disagree with that, but
Well, I mean, mathematically, I mean the base damage does, which is fine. There's a Void Seed right at the start of stage 4, and it's pretty much, there's not really many enemies in it, so Kay's just taking it out really quick, see
Yeah.
if he can get something nice here. There's a potential
Cap
that I
using the
see, but not
gun.
really much else. Yeah,
I wonder if
honestly,
we'll see everyone use the gun. I saw Cap. No, Reddy still has it. I saw Cap like try to fight that thing for a couple seconds. He was like, "No, this is not happening."
well, Cap absolutely hates that boss and will always use the gun on it to avoid fighting it. So, not surprised on that one.
But I guess like, I don't know. You could potentially get a boss item on stage 5. You can get some like empathy cores. It's not too bad.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, unless you get anything like really, really good before that point, like capacitor or something, I would just go for the mid-cores probably. See if you can get Drone on the moon. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an easy build. And we've seen a drone man in every other run today, so who knows? Make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, we'll see. Not that like Drone hasn't really been that like impactful in the runs today. Actually, surprisingly, it's been okay, but no one's really had like a good build for it necessarily.
People haven't really been buying drones.
Mm-mm. K is midway through stage 4 TP. I don't really think he found anything on the stage besides. Did he find the band last stage or this stage?
Looks like he got it recently.
I couldn't tell which stage, but there's a shuriken for Cap, which is okay. As long as he like mentally remembers to use it. That's just one of the things that like Huntress players don't really like aiming, right? So they just don't. And the boss drop for stage 4 is a Uke, which is really nice AoE, especially with the Will-O-Wisp. Really nice combo.
Sorry, my mic got unplugged at some point.
Okay.
That's not gone for very long.
Thankfully that didn't deafen me. I heard a click though.
Okay.
We're good. Cav is actually checking the blue portals right now, and he's actually going after the Scorpion. He does lose that ATG, which is a little bit rough, but he's just betting on the Scorpion here. And now, a lot of you might be looking at this and being like, that's amazing. He has arrow rain. He hits so many times a second. He'll be able to stack up Scorpion.
Wrong.
All right. Scorpion actually, its ability to apply a stack is dependent on proc coefficient. Really cool. So the 0.2 proc for arrow rain is really rough for things like Scorpion. I think it's kind of a
0.7.
Yeah, especially on 42, which doesn't really hit that much either. So I think it's kind of a desperate play for him at the moment. Like he's looking for something to really help out, and that was something he didn't really want to turn his back on. But and it's going to help.
And it will help.
You know, it's not like
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's not like it's bad, but it's definitely not as good as a lot of other characters.
For sure.
And that's a
he's
Plarva
got a
on
plimp.
K as well. Oh, and a Plasma Shrimp on Cap. Where did he get
Yeah.
that?
There's just a Void Cradle there.
Oh, okay. And the one that K is just getting right now. Perfect.
Again, though, Plimp also has a 0.2 proc coefficient, so it's not going to be hitting that many Scorpion stacks, but it will probably get a few.
Yeah, but now though, honestly, with Plasma Shrimp with Arrow Rain, he will be proccing basically twice as many Scorpion stacks as he would have. Because they're the same. So it's kind of nice. The Plarva for K. So, is there a situation where you forego the one band that you have and watches to get like a Plimp Polyloot?
Yeah. I mean, especially on this loadout, I would.
I don't know. It would be hard for me to get the watches more than the band, honestly, here. But I don't
The
know.
watches are a tough sell.
But I agree that I think with only one band, getting a Plimp Polyloot would allow you to do more damage with this loadout for sure.
I mean, what is their band proc on Mithrix?
Saber Space is
Like-
okay, just got a Polar Skip.
Like, they cannot proc bands on Mithrix right now.
Well, K can. He has a Prion, but...
I guess that's true, but everyone else... And even K, like, he's only going to be able to proc bands once every, what, 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean... it's tough.
I'd rather have a Plimp Polyloot build.
You lose a little bit of
sure.
that crit, too. I don't
Ooh, Scorpion in the chest?
Oh, man.
Cap is going to find that, and he is going to be pissed.
Well, honestly... Like, yeah, he did lose an ATG for it, and it was pretty bad. But because of the low proc coefficient, having the ability to be able to get twice as many sacks with Shirk or Scorpion here would be honestly kind of nice for him. It would accelerate him a little bit, but it does suck that he, paid for it.
Yeah. Did he lose anything other than the ATG?
He lost the Shuriken as well. I don't remember. Oh, the Wisp.
That's not too bad. I guess that's a band proc.
Well, if he has two.
Do you need 2 shurikens on Huntress?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the Wisp. Oh, and there goes K's watch. At this point, I would be very tempted to just go for the Plimp Polyloot.
60% of his damage just gone.
I think what he's gonna do is just kind of.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes. So Plimp Polyloot time for K. Fortunately, it's not a +5.
If only
It's
he had
really
tougher times there.
Honestly, it's really just the fact that Air Rain cannot hit this boss. It's out of the map, and you can't target enemies that are in the air. So he really just can't kill it. He has to move away from the TP, and he has to move more inland to pull the boss back just so he can hit it, which is really rough. He also
Yeah.
has Zoya, which is something that we didn't talk about, but that's kind of cool.
I
And he
mean,
also has voice sent for this boss, which is kind of nice for right now.
Dan and Ruddy still have their guns, so they could potentially skip this Xena.
That's true. If it gets too bad, there's also a possibility for empathy cores here for them.
Yeah.
They wanted it. Honestly, though, I think Zoya is way better than the Ducleus. So
That might be.
okay. Oh god, he doesn't have enough movement speed. He didn't have the blink to get away from that situation. He's got a jailer spawning in for him.
Nice.
He's
It has no pathing, so
oh yeah, he's got a turret
good luck
Elder
with that.
Lemurian. Oh man, this is kind of close here on this teleport. He's struggling a little bit. He just needs to kill this boss, and if he kills it, he can get through. But
Oh, he's really getting smacked.
this is just perfect example of like one of the first character abilities ever made in the game, versus like the last thing they ever put in the game, and they just don't really mix that well, right? Like there were just two different eras of the game.
Hmm.
It's tough. Just they don't work together. So
And Ruddy and Cap both on the teleporter now.
Caps plus
Ruddy
5.
very upset.
Caps plus 5 is unfortunate. But Dan is still on stage 4, so maybe there's some time to make up here where he can actually get placed above someone else, even with it,
Oh, did
assuming
Ruddy
no one
get
else
2
dies.
Xenas? Ruddy did get 2. Did
Yeah,
K also have 2?
no, because K started a little bit earlier. I believe he did not get 2.
But
That
look at
comes
this
down
damage on
to
Ruddy.
yeah, he does have good
Ruddy's
damage here.
killing him pretty fast.
He
Getting
was
the
able to
empathy cores.
use the arrow rain on the ground, which they kind of flew into position for, which is really nice. Okay, did you get 2? Okay. I just didn't
Yeah,
notice.
I mean, Ruddy also still has his watches. K really suffered there. He lost 60% of his damage just
Yeah.
from breaking those.
That being said, though, he is the only one right now with Plint Polyloot, so maybe it's nice, but I mean, obviously the watches are rough.
It is, but also look at this. Ruddy has 5 allies here. I guess including the cores, but
Mm-hmm.
cores aren't too bad. And when you have a lot of drones, even without Drone Man, they can kind of carry. When you're going really fast and the enemy's health is kind of low, it's a lot better than in a full looted run, I think.
Yep. They are pretty powerful. And they always scale, right? They always scale and then do more damage. Like with the enemies anyway. K again, for the billionth time today, has no speed. So he's doing this like this walk all the way down the moon path, right? Just with two hooves. It's rough, dude.
Was there a printer somewhere, or did he just miss him?
I mean, no one really has
I
a lot of
see
speed.
Ruddy has 3 hooves and a drink.
K doing the moon movement to get over to soup a little bit faster. The host skip way. Pay attention to
see
stuff like
Ruddy-
this, chat.
I want to see
he
Ruddy get this
Messed
score.
it up a little bit, actually. Don't pay attention.
Ruddy's gonna have so much damage if he can find that. Then it looks like Cap and Ruddy doing pretty much the same thing here.
Yeah, it's so sick to see people line up like that. Another watch for Cap. He does have 4 that are unbroken,
Ooh,
which is really
crit
nice.
in the soup.
Ooh,
He does not have any reds though. I mean, I guess he has the scorpion, but
he really
that
be
really worth
giving up a
losing?
scorpion? Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, the monster teeth. That's absolutely worth.
It depends how long the fight goes on. There's like a
Traded a hoof for a whip. in that soup.
interesting. He needed to host skip though.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't think he needed to. I think if he hit his head on the arena up there, he could have blinked up especially with Error Rain. But I think he wanted it for the soup or the skip just to be like certain.
It's safer. Yeah. Still does suck though. He's going to be even lower on speed here for this Mithrix fight.
Yeah, and no feather either. And reminder, they are using the blink that they are not comfortable with. So they got to really pay close attention. They got to use the glaive to gain as much height over Mithrix as possible. Use Arrow Rain. They got to pretty much use their whole kits to make sure they can stay
Ruddy
away
did
from
find the Scorp, and he got a safer spaces last minute, so he can now do the skip.
it. Nice. I'm assuming he saw the Void Cradle of this other map at some point. So
And look, he just synced up with Cap almost perfectly here.
I know. I love seeing that, dude. Wowie.
Cap also found the safer spaces.
He didn't get the second Scorpion though, unfortunately. He doesn't know that he should be mad about it.
Yeah.
I honestly like the Scorpion really helped him stage 4, so it was nice. It's like he wouldn't have found it anyway, so
Let's see. I know Ruddy has probably the best build here, which is so much damage, but we'll see if that's gonna matter here because K did
it's
get
already
here
so far
like
ahead.
2 minutes early.
Yeah.
And it could come down to portals again. I don't know. And Ruddy does have a Kayaro, but not really a way to proc it, so I think getting a phase 4 skip is a little bit out of the question. But no, he does have a shuriken though. He could go for it actually.
So Reddy did the same thing that K did. They were both using the moon movement to get over to soup faster, but they both doubted their saver spaces cooldown and they thought they were gonna die. So they used some at the end. Slowed down a little bit, but just some
Cap not
seconds
even
lost.
really
No big
checking
deal.
soup.
Nah, he just
Just
glossed
going
over
for
it
it.
real quick, but does he really have enough greens to give up? He's not going to give up his poly loot, or not his uke for a poly loot if he dies, for example, right? He's not going to give up
Yeah.
his band. And the Reckler is really nice
Kurt was
too.
kind of interesting, but
If he had that second
Yeah.
Scorpion, he would have gone for it, and that would have been really good. Like,
unfortunate.
surely.
But K already on phase 2. And
That's
these
pretty
guys haven't even
fast.
started yet.
And they're still skipping right now. Cap messed up his host skip, unfortunately. So he had to restart. Reddy's so close.
One more.
One more. They just gotta
Got a
not
warp
mess it
banner
up.
up there.
Yeah, love that. And there we go. Reddy is on the way up. Cap is on the way up. Cap might have.
Okay, we'll see
Oh
how
no,
this
Cap
goes.
needs one more. Cap might
And
need to
Dan.
use his. No, he's fine.
Dan's right there. Dan has honestly a very similar build to Ruddy.
Yeah.
He did take the time to go for bans, and I don't think it was really the right play. I think that's why he's behind right now, and he's not really going to be able to utilize these bans very much here.
Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't even have an
Ruddy.
equipment.
Yeah, Ruddy and Dan do not have the equipment, so I don't know. I agree. I think the bans are kind of maybe a misstep. They're pretty hopeful, right? Like, oh, maybe I can get a capacitor at some point or something, but like, I don't know. He never even found the shuriken either, so
It's hard to know because it easily could have paid off in the same vein too, right? They could
It
have found a
could've, but-
capacitor.
like, that is a lot of time. It's tough.
Okay, I think K's got this, honestly.
I mean, he's halfway through phase 2 right now, and he has the Polyloop Plimp. It's just doing work. He's pretty comfy.
Oh,
Oh,
little bit
God.
scary there.
Okay. Caster Curse. Almost took him out.
And everyone is now on the fight.
Love that. This is why it's so important, though, that, like, our racers have actually so much homework and practice and scrimming to do always to, like, make sure they're up to date on these, like, techniques and everything. If you don't know how to host skip, right, and you don't know how to do it, like, super consistently like that, like, dude, you can't even get through the door, man. And there we
There
go.
it is.
Okay, getting into phase 4 right now. He does have a jailer alive, which means this shouldn't be too slow. It should be pretty quick. The jailer doing some damage. Jailer doing more damage than he is. Thankfully, he was able to keep that guy alive. If he takes longer, too much longer here, though, another enemy jailer will spawn, so he's got to go a little bit quick. And he's got it. Good job.
Nice.
We see
job to
Cap
K.
and Ruddy on phase 2. I mean, as a reminder, by the way, Cap still has this +5 on his back. So
True.
unless someone else, one of the Australians dies phase 2 or 3, then Cap's gonna have to take possibly 4th.
I don't know. K looks like he might have secured the entire race here. He's kind of the man to beat. He's gonna have 2 first places in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be tough for these guys to take him down going into this 4th
Ruddy
loadout.
Ruddy has a chance though. Actually, have we seen anyone with bonus points today? I don't think so.
No,
That's crazy. Everyone's been
But
pretty
Ruddy could.
close, at least the first, second in each loadout.
Ruddy gets second here. Although I don't know. We'll see. Cap's right there. If Ruddy gets second, he's only going to be 2 points behind K.
Hmm.
But this is so close between Ruddy and Cap. Oh, Cap does have the +5. You're right.
Yeah.
The real time is so close though. Like look at Mithrix's HP bar.
I know. It's the same on everybody's. I mean, Dan's a little bit behind. Honestly, the time Dan is behind is just the bans. It's tough.
Cap utilizing that war banner, trying to get the most DPS possible here.
It's a small thing, but like stuff like that is something that a lot of people don't think about when they're kind of in this position. So it's good that he is. So many people kind of like,
And
oh, like I'm just trying to live, dude. I'm not worried about the war banner, but you kind of got to worry about the war banner. Anything
Yeah.
helps. And K is done. Let's bring him in. Hey.
Hey.
how'd that one feel?
Good, I guess. My death was pretty stupid, but apart from that, I think I played decent.
I think
Well, you did secure
everyone
first place.
was kind of not happy about that teleporter, but I think you had the worst of it. Oh no!
Mm.
Did you see that on Dan's screen? He stepped into the fire pillar for half a second, broke his saver spaces, and then Mithrix slammed him, and he flew through the fire pillar again, and that just like eviscerated him. He did lose
That's
his.
tragic.
Look,
It was
that
only a
looked funny,
Plarva,
but it's
but
good.
It's not too bad though. He's got Plint Polyloot now though.
yeah,
He's
which
fine.
is something he probably should have done earlier because he's not using the bans, honestly. But hey,
Yeah, I was gonna talk on that because I died and I considered killing myself before, but I only did it not because of the watches, obviously. But after, I was kind of like, nah, might actually be a good thing, even though it feels bad to die in a stupid way. Like it wasn't intended, even though I could cope now. But I don't think it was that bad.
No, I was actually like once you broke the watches, I had said like he probably could just end it, get the polyloot, and have probably more damage, especially with a little bit of Zoya damage for Mithrix or something like that.
Wait, didn't I do that actually? I did kill myself on purpose. I remember, yeah, I lost the watches not on purpose, and then I was like, yeah, might as well die. And then I almost died again.
Hey, that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the scary part. Okay.
Dude, Cap and Ruddy were basically neck and neck. It's just that Cap died.
And Dan's not too
Um,
far either.
No, I mean, yeah,
On
Dan
phase
was
4,
close,
like
but
a minute behind maybe.
this was a pretty close one overall, I think.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, anyway, like usually with the worst loadouts, you see more disparity. You see like someone with like an 80-minute time and someone with like a 40 because they found like a drone man, and it's like, but this one was kind of right next to each other. So
People did very similar things in this run.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone got the prey on? Oh,
Nope.
no one got the prey on.
You're the only one
See
that did that.
Yeah, I went for the triple prey on today. It's
I
just
mean,
broken.
Ruddy and Dan don't even have equipment right now.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
kind of, yeah.
There were equipments. I saw equipments.
Where?
Cap has one. That's interesting.
I know there's one in a shrine that Cap had, but
Okay.
all right, let's bring in
I'm
both
not
of them.
sure, actually.
Hello.
Hey,
Yo,
You guys finished like within a couple seconds of each other, but Cap, you get the +5.
yep.
oh nice.
Yeah, but you guys were like pretty much neck and neck for the last couple stages. That was fun to watch. Good job on that one. How do you guys feel about the Huntress? High
Yeah, it wasn't too
DPS
bad.
Huntress?
It wasn't too bad.
No, you
honestly.
guys got a lot of stuff. Cap, you missed another Scorpion on stage 5.
Oh,
just-
lame. Did everyone get that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sad.
which
gotten
you
some
could
more
have.
crit there.
Yeah, you could have traded in for a crit at soup or something like that, but it was
Yeah,
fine.
true.
Thankfully you didn't find it because you would have been like, dude, I paid for this shit. And you would have been like mad about it.
I totally would have got crit. So, but it does suck because I thought that was really my edge for the run.
Yeah.
That no one else was gonna find a scorpion, and you know.
Yeah, what are the
Right.
odds?
Like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm kind of crazy right now. I did a couple portals, so I found the thing.
Good.
Hell
I like
yeah.
the dual representation in this run.
Thank you,
Very
thank
happy
you.
about that.
Hello,
I
Dan.
had nothing else, so
No.
I mean, Dan and Ruddy didn't even have equipment, so
Yeah.
Seems to be the
Jeez.
day. There's no equipment.
Let's get the prey on, man. We had it every run so far.
Yeah,
No
yeah. I'm gonna go
excuse.
get that 11 minutes. That's good.
That's slow.
So, Dan, the only real thing that you kind of were struggling on was you did bans, you did pot rolling, no one else did. You would have kind of lined up exactly with Ruddy and Cap had you not. And you couldn't even have you didn't
Yeah.
really use the bans anywhere, unfortunately. So, I was
I
just
had my
like, one of
glaive
them.
going with them, but that was about it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
man, that blink got me at the end there. Like, in case then I was like, why do you blink into that? I was holding backwards. I'm used to triple blink. You can blink whatever way you want. For some reason, single blink only blinks the direction you're looking, which is fucking so stupid. This is eating me into anyway. Whatever, it's fine. Not mad.
yeah, you don't sound mad at all.
yeah, you sound
Yeah.
really not mad.
Yeah.
I said, I'm happy about it. No,
Single
You sound
blink with
really
triple
fucking not
harpoon
mad.
was actually crazy though.
you had triple harpoon.
I had triple harpoon, dude. I hit that mountain shrine, and then I doubled
Alright.
one from that.
Yeah, that's scary with that blink.
I got a what did I get? Double Titan and a Beetle Guard, Elite Beetle Guard, some kind. I don't remember. That was fine because they spawned in like inside of each other. So double harpoon for me, baby.
Were you concerned you'd get like a Beetle Queen at all that stage with what you had, or
No, Beetle Queen would have been fine, I think.
you did have the Wisp and ATG, so it wasn't that bad, but
Yeah, I had damage, which is why I went for it.
yeah.
And the Opal, so I wouldn't have gotten one shot.
True.
It was risky though, yeah. It was a risky play, and it was not worth.
You didn't want the harpoon, dude.
I mean, you know, coming from the
Did
last
you
loadout
see-
where you got double banned stage 1, you're like, all right, maybe
Let's
Mountain Shrines
do
are
it.
kind of good today, you know, kind of
Do
hang
it
out.
again.
Yeah, not bad. So, I think this loadout was a lot better for you guys than the Blight one.
I mean, the bar's low, but
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the next one is kind of interesting, right? So,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to play around low health. It'll be okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
We have Giga apples for healing, which is pretty huge.
I love apples.
Yeah.
I love apples.
Only apples.
Doctors hate me. I keep them away all day with these. I love them.
Well, if you guys are ready, let's do it.
All right, good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.
All
All
right.
right.
So,
Uh,
this
I'm curious
loadout.
to see. I mean, Ruddy
Yeah.
is the only one in this loadout that can really challenge K here. And it comes down to Cap and Dan's placement here to see if
Yeah.
they can. He's gonna need to get what I think 2 places ahead of K to tie, or have bonus points.
Yep.
So if he gets first, K gets third, they tie. If he gets second and K gets last, they tie. Or if he gets bonus points, he can win.
Hmm. We haven't seen a tie in a while. Not a nice tiebreaker or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. This is one of those loadouts. I feel like anything could happen. So
Yeah.
let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about the loadout and why we are so
Ugh.
excited.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I think so. So for those of you who don't know, somehow, we play on Eclipse 8, right? And Eclipse 8, when you take damage, it is permanent. Asterisk. But this specific skill also deals permanent damage to yourself. The right click, which is your main damage source. Which is one of the main damage sources you have. Sorry, the M1 is okay, but so to do good damage, especially during the teleporters, you're gonna want to basically, slash your max health, which can be kind of dangerous. The apples themselves, or the directive harvest, is its formal name. It doesn't do that much damage, and it does heal you. It drops some little apples on the ground, but the main problem is not how much you're healing; it's your max health, right? Which the apples cannot help. And also, whenever you use the apples, there's like about a full second or so where you can't use your abilities. So it's like a DPS negative option over just holding
It is,
M1.
but they do have a really satisfying crunching sound, and you have to factor that in too.
I actually agree with you. I think it's probably the best sound in the game when you eat the apples.
It's great.
But yeah, that's it. And also the M1 as well has a 0.5 proc coefficient. So we just talked about proc coefficients last run. At least with the M2, it has a 1.0 this time. So they can, get some juicy ATG procs or something later, something like that. But something to think about.
Also,
Yep,
everyone got a band
everyone got it
except Dan.
except Dan. Ah. They actually have a pretty good setup right now for items. And also, if you're used to playing Rex on Monsoon, you're probably very, very used to just spamming this M2 over and over and over again. But with E5 healing reduction, you don't really, it's harder to heal back that health a little bit. So you're not going to be
Cap.
full health all the time. Cap is really low here. If you can stay
Ugh.
under this lip, okay. Everyone can get a feather from TP, by the way, if Cap can stay alive long enough. And Ruddy dies stage 1. That is really not good.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
That's
Cap
good
looks
for
like he's still
K.
struggling, too. Yeah, that's very good for K.
Another thing about the apples though is they do like put you at full health whenever you get them. Oh, there goes Cap.
And there goes Cap. Already, we're 3 minutes in the run. We've already seen 2 deaths so far. Brutal. Yeah, someone in chat said, Ruddy is winning this, mark my words, and immediately Ruddy died.
They have the
Oh, man.
caster curse.
Yeah, it's being transmuted to chat as well.
Well, he still can. He's not out of the game yet. It's Rex. Anything can happen. But it's definitely not a good start.
No. All that being said, though, this actually can be a fun loadout with the M2, as long as you're very cognizant of how it works and like where your limit is for how much you can actually use it. You can use it a lot if you're really aware of the things around you. If you're dodging well, if you're performing well that way, if you're prioritizing targets, and if you're playing at a good speed, it's really important to think about those things. There's a Genesis loop on half of our racers. On
Yeah.
the 2
Okay,
that
so I
have
was just
died.
gonna comment on that.
Yeah.
Well, so hey, do you notice this? Ruddy and Cap both hit the mountain shrine. And they
That's
are
why they
both the
died.
ones that died.
Yeah. I Listen, I think hitting that mountain shrine is that was bold. Right, because like,
Very bold.
you could kill the bosses really fast with the M2, but if you get kind of a little bit overwhelmed, even
It's
the
just
slightest amount, it's over.
the risk reward on that is not worth it so much of the time on stage 1. Like later on, if you have a good build, you can justify it, but on stage 1, it can be so rough when you have minimum items. And like, what are you going to get out of it? An extra harpoon? All of the yellows on stage 1 are kind of bad.
And that wasn't even the worst boss they could have gotten. Beetle Queen would have been pretty much a death sentence there.
And yes, you could get like an extra feather, extra band, and that's nice, but is it worth it? Is it worth risking a death to get that? I don't know.
To be clear though, there are some characters that can do it every time, but obviously in context, this is just not one of them. Like
Yeah, like Acrid, Bandit, Loader,
Railgunner.
Railgunner,
Yeah, like
Fiend even.
mm-hmm. It's tough. There is
Captain, yeah,
a
Diablo.
Vrit on the ground, Void Crit, from a Cradle, stage 2. What do
A
you think about that
nice
one?
0.25% kill chance with that M1.
Yeah, very
'Cause
not
if you guys did
good.
not know, Rex has a 0.5 proc coefficient on his M1. We talked about that a bit in the Huntress run, and how proc coefficients work, but Rex has an even lower proc coefficient on his M1 than Huntress does. So all bleed
Yay.
is going to be half as likely to proc, and it's going to last for half as long.
Yay. You need 20 tri-tip daggers to have full bleed, and even then it's harder to keep up. Yay. Good.
Yeah. You do get that debuff out of it, though. I think that's probably why they made the proc
That is
coefficient
why they
so
did
low.
it.
So you have to weaken.
The debuff is really nice.
What, backup mag? Now they can
Useless.
kill themselves faster.
Absolutely just one of those like non-items on a loadout like this. There is the Beetle
Yeah.
Queen on stage 2. Luckily they have a feather at this point, so it's not as big of a deal. But Reddy's kinda nice. Kinda scary though. Oh, it's a little
It's very
scary.
scary.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
he's
where like
glooping.
good awareness, good
Nice.
targeting, just like you need to play very well if you want to spam that M2 in this on E8.
Yeah. That gloop saved his ass there.
That was very nice.
We'll see if Cap uses it.
Maybe. Kind of in similar boats. It looks like K might. Oh, he doesn't have the gloop, so he's just like
Yeah.
just a little bit low. If he gets
That's a
hit by one
mountain
more
shrine
Beetle
item.
Guard, he is dead. Nah, he's got the apples. He's good. The other thing about the apples as well is like they do heal a lot, right? But because E5 and because apples heal percent, the lower your max health gets, the lower the amount of health the apples will actually give you back. So over
I
the
don't know. I
course
feel
of
like
a stage,
I usually get to full just from one enemy.
yeah, but I mean, if you pick them all
Oh.
up, depends.
Ah. Cap is struggling. He did use
Cap
the
is
gloop
struggling.
there.
You just got to be aware that it's not going to give you as much health every time. They will keep giving you less and less.
I don't know. Cap and Ruddy might want to kind of try to play at low health here.
I mean, it might be
Just for
worth
that
the risk
gloop
at this
value.
point. I mean, this is a loadout to do it, right?
It's
This is
super
like the
hard on
loadout.
self-damage Rex, though, to get gloop, because every time you take damage, you're lowering, or you're raising the threshold for gloop to activate.
Yep.
It becomes progressively harder each time you take damage, which is a little counterintuitive, but that's just how Rex is.
Yep.
Oh, and there is a +5
Dan?
for Dan.
Yeah.
That's a +5 on everyone except K.
Not only did Dan die, but he also was the first one to again lose his watch. I think Dan has not been able to keep a watch today.
Raymond
Unsurprisingly.
Daniels does not break watches. What do you mean?
Oh, my bad.
It's out of character.
So K is the only one who has not died so far. Kay's actually doing very well.
Yeah. Much to their chagrin. They kind of need him to do poorly.
This is the loadout I would have liked to see everyone play it like a little bit kind of safer on a little bit than they have. I like the way Kay is playing. He's playing like he's not going to win, you know? He's getting there, he's getting
Yeah.
things done, he's getting things done it needs to.
I mean, this is why
And
he's
oh man.
he's one of the greats. He's been out of the races for a bit since he went to Japan, like I think back in September.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were around during his streak of dominance, he had one of the biggest streaks I think we've ever seen.
Yep. Now they're
Like
plus
him and
5 per damn.
Cabbage we're just competing on an entirely different level from everyone else. And I think we're starting to see why.
So Cabbage has been a lot more consistent than Kay has lately. I think the move kind of rocked Kay up a little bit. So
In not practicing for as long. I know there was a period of time where Kay was practicing for like 5 hours a day.
mm-hmm.
Just super consistent with it. And I imagine he's not able to get that kind of hours in anymore.
Oh no. Stuff. The move cope. They're like two void cradles right next to each other on stage 3. Kay's just grabbing both. If there's a cleansing pool or something, you could just use the beads and get some pearls. Ruddy is struggling on this Dune Strider stage 3, but he does have the gloop coming in value. Oh, he's getting pulled here. He really needs to not get hit by anything else. So he's okay. What do these guys need to be just more comfortable here? Some more defense? Some more speed? Or what is it?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're looking for on Rex here. Like,
Oh, there's a
again,
crit printer on stage 2 that Dan found behind the wall that I don't think anyone else found.
ooh, nice. Okay. Interesting.
So that is actually... So let's talk about the M1
might
again real
help.
quick. The M1 heals you with the third shot, whenever you hit an enemy with it. And it actually heals you for a percentage of the damage that you deal with the M1. So if you get crit, it'll actually heal you for more. So that's
It's
not only
super,
more
super
healing,
nice.
that's more damage for Dan as well, which will help.
Yeah. I mean, going back to your question though, what are they looking for? I think the same thing I've said in the past 3 loadouts. You want like crowdfunder bleed, bands capacitor, like anything that makes it so you don't play Rex. Headset obviously is super good.
Cap is actually going for a focus crystal printer here, which a little surprising
Interesting.
actually.
It's damage though.
It is, but it's damage that we don't really see a lot of people put the time in to use, because you have to really get in there and you have to really be mindful about it.
You have to earn it.
Yeah, you have to earn it, and it's sometimes a little bit hard. So hopefully you can make good use
if
out
you
of
get a
it.
safer spaces, it makes it a lot easier. But
And
I
a
don't
double
know.
Dune Strider on Cap too. That is not what he wants to see, but he is using the focus crystal. He's trying his best. Oh god.
This looks awful.
Okay, going through the adaptive chest, he missed some stuff. He missed a band, some speed. I think he was going after a card. He might have been going after the wings actually. I couldn't really tell. But he picked
Wings
up
is a
some
good
wings.
takeaway though.
Yeah, like regardless, he got something. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody else have a pillar skip? I don't think so.
Not yet.
You get spaces, that's an easy skip, especially on Rex, because you don't have to go to the soup spot to do it. You can do it from the bridge. But I don't know. Wings are definitely great for just mobility at the very least.
It's kind of sad that they weren't able to actually get a cleansing pool last stage with those lunar pods sitting there, but sad. Where did Cap get that band? Oh, it was the teleport drop. Never mind. I didn't even notice. I was like, was there just a cloak chest in there or some shit? I'm losing my mind.
Does everyone have double bans here? I guess Dan
They
doesn't
should.
yet.
Yeah. Well. Looks like Reddy's going for the blue portal this stage, trying to maybe see if he can get something else. Right? He's just like, please.
Okay, really getting harassed by these vultures.
Yeah, no one has any speed. Again, Kay is probably tired of it today, but he has not gotten like any speed at all.
Yeah,
The most he's gotten was like 2 hooves in 1 run, so
it's been pretty bad for just him specifically. I think everyone else has
been
kind of okay
okay.
in the speed department.
Yeah, like not like too bad.
But he's missed 2 speed printers, which is kind of rough.
This is for sure though the hardest stage 4 for the build that they have right now though. No speed, your Rex, you take a lot of self damage and enemies deal a lot more. Like it's gonna be rough. They can't really just I don't think they have a way to skip AWU with the amount of damage they have. I think if they had a couple crowbars, they might be able to skip A with the M1 or something, but
That's just some kind of equipment here. There's like Saw or DML.
yeah.
But
And they don't
yeah.
have flower to skip AWU either, right? So
True.
that's another downside of the apples.
Oh, Dan is struggling.
Dan is struggling. He's the M1 or uses R or something.
Use your apple.
Use the apple.
Eat some fruit.
He is scaring me. He used it, but he needs to kill the thing now. Oh no. Everyone is struggling on stage 4 right now too. I mean, K is starting the TP with half health. Ruddy is on very low with half max health. This is not ideal. Oh no, K lost his watch. Barely getting out of there with the wings. The wings is absolutely a lifesaver right now. He sees a horde of larvae below him, and does he have any AoE at all? No, he doesn't. This is not good. He is in wing prison as well. He couldn't push himself during it, but needs to be very careful. He's actually breaking an egg just so that he can get some healing because it's just so rough and it looks like this might be the end. Yeah, and that is a +5 for K. No one is getting out of this without a
Wow.
+5, which that is rough.
That is kind of beautiful for Ruddy here.
Ruddy has a chance.
Ruddy really needed that.
Yeah. But Ruddy's actually cleared the TP and he's looking okay. So you know what? I think it's that razor wire that he picked up is really nice too. Every time that he uses them too, he gets a little bit of AoE. And there is a Prion for Cap actually.
Yeah.
He got it out of
Pretty nice.
the adaptive chest there. I don't know if that was on purpose. I didn't look. I just saw it
He's
pop
going
out
for
of
the
it.
mountain shrine
Oh, what the
again.
hell?
He's been burned before.
All right, well.
I feel like
And K
I don't
died
know.
again to Larva. This is actually Ruddy doesn't know it, but he's
This is
been
his
given an
chance.
opportunity.
He still needs Cap and Dan to come through though. Ideally, they come in second and third, and K comes in last. But he just needs one of them to snag second.
Oh god, Cap.
Cap glooping.
I don't even know how Cap didn't die right there at all. He lost his watch though. Like I saw the larva touch him and then like he was fine. Like I don't know.
Oh,
Looking at like Ruddy right now, he needs to spend as much time as he can in this teleporter and just like clear wave spawns. Oh god, Cap.
I mean, he brought this upon himself. Like he totally should not have hit that mountain shrine.
No, I don't think so. I mean, already I think Cap was in a lot of danger of dying this stage just because of the enemies on it, but having an extra boss at least to deal with.
But
I know
look, now he has 2 chrono bobbles.
I know he was going for like a big play, like he was like hoping he can get like an elite boss and then kill it with a Prion pretty fast. But I don't know. Hoping for
I
like
don't
a
think that was
good
the
boss
play.
item. It's so hard with no speed and larva everywhere with Rex. Ruddy did a really fantastic job there actually of getting through without dying. So Ruddy
Now, the
actually
thing I'm
taking a
kind of
wood sprite as well out of the adaptive.
Yeah, the thing I'm worried for with Ruddy is no pillar skip. If he has to do pillars, that could slow him down.
That is true, and it could kill him. Like, very huge chance of dying on this loadout with Coder's Acrid.
It could kill him, but also K does have a pillar skip, so he's gonna save some time there.
Yeah,
If he's the only one that has it. I know he has 2+5s, but
we'll see next
I don't know.
stage. Reddy was trying to go for the AWU skip there. He was off center a little bit.
Oh,
What?
he almost got blasted by Awu there.
Oh, okay. We are getting closer to Deathmark, though. That is right. I mean, Reddy does have Deathmark, his Chrono, he has Weaken, and he has Apples. He just needs one more consistent procer for Mithrix.
Some bleed or something.
Maybe more consistent than that, though. I mean, a little bit more bleed, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, a Needle Take would be nice. He did not see anything he wanted in the portal, so he's just getting on out of here. All right, Cap going for his second adaptive chest of the stage. Trying to dodge some enemies. He's just going after an APR.
Not bad.
Not bad, I agree. There's a Shuriken printer on stage 4 in like events on K's screen. And he's trying to get as many as he
Oh,
can, but
shit.
Awu is bullying him.
He is
Dude,
not having it.
no one else found that because it was hidden away like on the same that happens a lot on this map, but things can spawn there like in the same space for some reason a lot. Oh man, that's tough. Unfortunately, the band debuff isn't consistent enough for Mithrix to actually get Deathmark proccing.
Oh,
So usually when we think about Deathmark and like consistency with it, because Mithrix cleanses non-damaging debuffs whenever he dashes or sprints, that means Deathmark is cleansed, that means slow is cleansed, that means the band cooldown, or the band like slow is cleansed, which you can only proc every 10 seconds. It makes it not very reliable. That's another +5 for Dan as well, unfortunately.
5 shurikens for K here.
At the cost of a feather,
That
too. And
is
he kept his bands. I mean, he does have the
super
shift,
strong,
he
though.
does have wings, right? No one else found those shurikens. That is a huge deal. And honestly, even though he does have that extra +5, that might be something that could just still allow him to win anyway.
He can just outdamage it. And if he's the only one that has a skip, that mitigates like one of those +5s.
Yeah.
Ruddy is the only one that does not have multiple +5s right now.
That's crazy. Actually, that is crazy. This loadout, you know, it is one of the scarier ones in the game, absolutely, for Eclipse 8. But it's perfectly doable if you know, play it in a normal way, but all of these guys have the fire in them to go really fast, and that just makes it so much harder sometimes than it needs to be. It's
The
tough.
interesting thing about a run like this, though, is like from our perspective, it's pretty close, like time-wise, because they're all +5ing. But in their head, they're probably thinking, "Oh shit, I have 2 +5s. I'm super fucking behind. I
Yep.
need to try to catch up here." But everyone is in the exact same position.
Pretty much. It's hard to not feel that way, you know? We just did the team races last week, and that was one of the huge advantages of that, just like being able to have someone in your ear just say like, "Hey man, it's fine. I just +5 too," or like, "It's all right. Even if you +5, I can like bring it back for the team," stuff like that. Here, they're just in their little cell in Discord, just being like, "I hate myself. I +5." Like, it's hard. It's hard.
Oh, this is a tough position for Rudy here.
Oh, dude. His plan right now is to
I don't
just
know what his
stall
plan
under
is.
the map.
Die?
Well, now it's death.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah, that
man.
was rough.
And there
Everyone has
goes
at least
like
2 +5s.
yeah, his kind of lead that he had. That's tough.
And then look at K here, just cheesing this thing.
Yeah, that's what really. Oh, that rock on my screen.
What? I didn't see what happened there.
He was sitting.
You all right?
He was sitting like under the little lip, and in the distance, you just see this giant rock just barreling towards him, and it just
Oh
hit him.
no.
Another +5 for Ruddy. Holy hell!
He got woolied. Oh, K died.
Oh man, dude,
He died to fall damage.
that's crazy. This is a loadout for sure. That rock.
Okay,
man.
well, I mean, Cap's still in it.
Yeah,
Dan a little bit behind.
Dan's still on stage 4. That's tough. Maybe Dan can still find the shuriken printer. I don't know. It's on the other side though,
Oh.
and I don't even know if he'd go in it.
Cap
'Cause
is
he-
really getting the most out of these gloops here.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, maybe that stage 1 mountain shrine was the play, dude. Because at this point, like, I don't know. Even though they died for it, it's like everyone else is dying too. At least they
Ugh.
have something.
Ruddy enraged that grandparent, and now his teleporter is like half the size.
Which is already like a half-size teleporter as is, because it's off the side of the stage. Oh man, that's tough.
It's just on that little sliver there. It looks like he killed it though.
It's fine.
Okay, we'll see. I'm still worried about him not having a skip.
The
Kay
image
definitely
of that
has the
rock
advantage
is
here.
so funny, dude. Sorry. Oh, dude. Yeah, watch that back later. That was awesome.
Was it a simple creatures moment?
Kind of.
And K is gone.
There we go. I mean, he has 3 +5s, which is the lowest amount of +5s in the lobby. Tied
Yeah.
for. That's crazy.
A
But
three-way tie.
honestly, dude, there is no speed on any of these guys right now. This is... It's painful. And like the damage is there, but you know, it's not
Yeah.
always about it. It's not always about the single
Oh.
target damage.
Cap.
Minus swatch.
What was that? What did you see what he did?
I just saw him glooping. I didn't see what he did though.
He jumped off the side and then shifted downwards to take like extra fall damage.
What the hell?
Well, I think he was trying to get his gloop, but
Okay, I can see that.
interesting play.
He was like, dude, I'm not gonna keep that watch anyway. I want to gloop during Mithrix or something. So Cap is out.
Oh, disposable missile launcher on Dan.
Okay.
Eh,
I mean, it's something. It's better than Ruddy's wood sprite, in my opinion.
yeah. I'm unless there's Baos. There's Baos, I might go for it
Yeah.
in the soup, but okay, only one with a pillar skip here.
Only one on the moon.
Well, Cap's on the moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'm watching the screens. K is getting blasted by a wisp. I already lost like, I don't know, 15-20% of his health right before he gets into the fight. Just a little bit rough. K got another feather somewhere, right? Before he left last stage.
He has one feather.
Yeah. He gave up his feather for Shuriken and the Gunnu.
Okay. Well,
Typing in
he's
chat,
he's
best movement
typing
speed
something
today
else.
was Harpoon. He's right. You think Dan's gonna hit this mountain shrine on stage 5? Obviously not. But,
Why not?
why not?
You say obviously not, but like I don't fucking know.
I don't know anymore.
I I never hit mountain shrines, but I've seen so many hit today.
Here we go. Okay, is starting the fight. Let's see how his fight goes. How much damage he has. These 5 shurikens. I mean, dude, that's really his main advantage here.
Yeah.
And the fact that he also
And the
got there
fact that he's
first is
there.
crazy. Yeah.
The fact that he's there.
He's actually getting good Deathmark in. Deathmark cleansed. Because it's reliant on a band proc, he's gonna have to wait a while to get another one though.
Mm.
Immediately
But
cleansed
K,
again.
like, he's in kind of a tough position. He does have a feather, but again, no speed, no opal, no safer spaces.
I mean, that's no one else either. You know,
Doesn't even have a wrap.
everyone else
So
has none of those things, and also they don't have shurikens. So I don't know. No one even has a double feather either, even though there was another feather on this map. It's tough. This is gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a long one too for the other guys. K is gonna have the fastest fight, real time for sure. Dan is in
Dan
kind of a
keeping
tough
his
spot.
distance.
All these parents are kind of harassing him. He doesn't really have the speed to get away from them without like a concerted effort. Oh, and there's actually a pillar skip for Cap. There is a hard light on the soup.
Nice.
Love
I
that.
don't know that it's gonna be enough though.
It is.
No, I mean to beat K here.
Oh,
Like,
sorry. I see what you mean. It is enough to skip though.
he's
Ready
the
dying on
only
the moon,
way.
unfortunately.
The only way I can conceive of Cap like catching up is him utilizing Gloop somehow.
He doesn't have like an ATG or anything. He has a
He has
crit. Uh-oh.
Gloop and Focus Crystal.
Cap.
Like if you get like right in Mithrix's face and you start
Oh my
glooping,
god. Cap got stuck on like a little piece of the geometry and like couldn't make it through that little gap there and was falling down. Okay.
but that is some damage. How many is that? 4 Focus Crystals?
Yeah,
If
if
he
he
can get
dude,
that,
if he can gloop the focus crystal, like
yeah, get right in his face and start glooping.
and there Cap goes, skipping. Like literally just a Moko speed, but Afterburner just you can just skip
Bruddy
whenever
also
is
getting the
Rex.
Afterburner.
It is the correct play. You just have to. Even if you lose your feather, you have to. I don't know if they scrapped beforehand, but K's on to phase 2, by the way. Like we're moving.
Good Prion.
Unfortunately, it's not doing enough.
Yeah.
It's gonna need a lot of those to get through the fight.
Ugh. This is awful. But K with his shurikens is blasting through fairly quickly.
Dan died again. I've heard.
Dan is the only one not on the moon here. Looks like he's gonna go back and loot a bit.
Not only is he the only one not on the moon, he has the most deaths, and I think like he has the crit, but his build is not really much better than anyone else's either.
That shuriken printer was fucking insane.
Yeah, just no one else found it.
That's just one of those things where they are losing because they were not perceptive enough.
Yeah. Stage 4 is tough though. Sirens in that situation. No one really, I think, wanted to spend time looking around because they're just like, dude, I just need to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
So I get it for sure, but it is tough.
So much going on that stage too. And I think Cap could potentially be in a really good spot here had he not hit the mountain shrine on stage 4. He could be probably at 2+5s instead of 3.
Yeah. Also, the
And
thing
that
is,
might be enough.
here, like you can see it on K's screen, like Chrono on Rex, Mithrix just doesn't move, right?
Oh,
It's
K died.
so oh, the golem just got that really nice shot on him. That is how many deaths for K? That
And
is
he has another
4.
chance.
Yes, but not
Cap
really. You
definitely could
know,
have won. Had he not hit that mountain shrine, I think he would be fine.
well, I don't know. It depends how much the gloop actually allowed him to not +5
Oh,
later.
never mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I spoke too soon.
Is this a +5 record for K? No. Surprisingly.
Oh, I think Ready +5 somewhere too. So they're all
It was
on
on the
4
moon,
+5s.
like earlier. Yep.
And Dan is one ahead again. So basically the exact same spot everyone was at a couple minutes ago.
This is brutal, dude. But there we go. K is finally free of his Rex run today. So good job, good
Rough
job.
runs.
Yeah. I
Holy
mean,
shit.
we knew going into it how rough it had potential to be. And to be fair, before K says anything about how the rough the runs were or whatever, we rolled the loadouts. It was just gonna be a 3-player race. K saw me roll them, and he was like, "You know what? I actually want to play today. I want to play these loadouts." And I was like, "Okay."
Dude's a masochist.
just
What the fuck?
just to be clear, Ruddy is on extremely low max HP. We don't really see HP this low very often, but he's pretty much one hit by anything
Yeah.
that hits him.
Under 100 HP. Max.
That is crazy.
He's hanging in there.
Yeah, give it up for K for coming first today. Very good job to him. My GG clap. It was rough. It was rough today, but you know, that's how it
It
is.
was. K though, one of our most dominant racers for good reason. This man is insane. I think he still has some of the highest elo out of everybody.
If he
So-
doesn't have the highest elo, he's very close. Him and Cabbage are very up there. By the way, if you want to see the elo sheets, I could type !elo, or it's pinned in Discord. You can see where everyone is at. We actually have an actual elo system for these, so
You can look at
Just
my
fun.
free fall.
oh man, dude.
Also, Bullrug has a fairly high elo. He needs to come back and maybe put some of that back into the pool. I don't know.
Yeah, give it back to some races. Cap dead again, unfortunately. Yeah, this looks like clear bonus points for K as well. So tough. Let's bring in K. Hello.
Hello.
Congrats on winning not only the loadout, but today, by the way. So GG. Very good runs. Tell us
GGs.
about the Rex.
Dude, my best movement speed item overall today in all four loadouts was Huntress Harpoon on Huntress. I'm not even kidding. And that's how it felt like. Stage 4,
That's pretty good.
I hit TP prematurely. I knew that, but I had no HP left at that point already. And then it proceeded to spawn 20 larvae, and I just kind of died twice. And then I found the Shuriken printer hidden inside. That was so cool, by the way. It was not
You were the
pingable. I
only
tried.
one.
Dude, I was hoping. That was my lifeline. I was devastated after stage 4, and then Shuriken printer in this way. And then, yeah, I just kind of sent it. Stage 5, I died to fall damage. So it was, yeah, whatever. And then I got RNG'd by the golem, but yeah, the Shaken printer is.
The
I'm happy
Shuriken
now.
printer is huge.
Yeah, that was very very good.
And your darkest moment
Oh, man.
descended from heaven. Just fucking.
Yeah, when I saw it in there, dude, I was so hyped. And
Oh.
I couldn't even get out of them because, rest in peace, because Abel was fucking shitting at me.
Yeah, I saw that too. I mean, I think it's a good thing you kept the bands though. It stopped losing the feather, but then you got another one. It was like, it worked out really
was
well.
perfect.
Oh, Cap and Ruddy are just in a never-ending cycle
Yeah.
of death here.
If you saw Cap actually use the Prion right in the spawn-in of Mithrix on phase 3, oh no. And he actually stayed put, trying to get as much focus crystal damage as he could, but it just like didn't matter. Just like it just didn't do anything. They have no other damage scaling besides the one AP round, so Cap is actually
Just
trying to use
using
the
that
fire
gloop.
pillars for gloop, yeah. Which you know the run's kind of in a bad
I mean,
spot.
okay, Dan could get second here. He was behind all run, but
You think? I mean, it's possible for sure. Yeah. What does he
Let's
have?
war.
He does have the crit. That's something for
and
sure.
I think he's got a little bit more speed.
He
He's got
does.
those
He
two
found
drinks.
2 drinks. Yeah.
Oh, that was speed. Oh,
Oh,
man,
Cap.
that's
I know.
Oh man.
And
I
Cap's
was full on
still, like,
ready.
What?
Yeah.
he's still got a lot
wa-
to go
I
with this fight. At least
Yeah.
Rudy is done, but fuck.
I was about to say I was full on ready to join the call, and you guys tell me, yeah, there was another speed flinch. You missed like every loadout, but finally everyone's like suffering with me.
Oh, Cap.
boy.
Cap has caught like almost every single pizza that has been gone out. Oh man.
He's hungry.
That afterburner soup was huge, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, K, but
He
I did
shouldn't
not go
have.
for soups. No.
Yeah, he should not have gone it
nobody
anyway.
else had a pillar skip. There's an
Yeah,
afterburner.
that was
soup
actually
saved
that
their
was the
ass.
second thing. I got it from the adaptive chest on max speed. I was very happy.
Did you pull it on purpose? I was curious if you did or not. I
I
couldn't
pulled
tell.
it half on purpose, but with max
Ah,
speed, it's always luck involved. I was
okay.
looking for a vase, and on max speed, I just kind of hit it on every equipment, and there was a card right before, so
I
I
thought
hit
you were
it on
going
the
for the
card.
card.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah, okay, that makes
I
sense.
wasn't going for the card. I just hit it because I saw orange.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
fair.
was the second lucky thing.
I think there's a high likelihood that Dan beats Cap here.
Oh yeah, I think so. Dan has not died during Mithrix yet, which is already doing
Dan
great.
has 667 stacks.
Yeah, he has 96 max HP, so it's coming.
Wait, but
You
Dan's
know
on
it's
phase
coming.
2. Oh no.
Mm,
Yeah, that was bad.
let's bring Ruddy in here.
But he could beat Roddy. I don't
Hey,
know.
what up, Ruddy?
What up, GG?
You,
Not good.
you excited to
Nah.
finally be free?
Yeah, that was. I was just sick of it by that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Cap were basically just like, you died, and then we look up, and then Cap died, and then you died again. It was like back and forth in phase 3. That was rough. So
Yeah.
You are in second for the time being. Dan might be able to beat you, but I think he's gonna have at least one more death here, and he
Yeah,
needs
Stan.
2 for you to
yes,
80 max HP.
for him to knock in second.
yeah, he has almost 1,000
75 max
stacks
HP.
of
Yeah, he's gonna hit 1,000.
curse. So yeah, he's
At
gaming.
this point, he can just spam M2. It literally doesn't make a difference anymore.
Yeah. You did miss a couple things, Rudy.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Stage 2, you missed a crit printer. And
Oh.
stage 4, you missed a shuriken printer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where was the shuriken printer?
In a vent lodged inside of one near the top half of the map.
All right, I feel less bad.
Yeah, it was kind of unpingable.
Kept trying to go for a phase 4 skip here. He did not hit it. Unfortunate. Dan barely hanging on with his 60 health. He will get one tapped from these orbs, I'm pretty sure. So he's got to be really careful. And again, he has no speed, right? Like, he has one
I think
Mocha.
a +5 is
No, he has actually
kind
the
of
2 Cola.
inevitable.
That's right.
There it
That's
is.
something. Yep.
That afterburner at the end was godsend, though.
Oh,
Could have
yeah.
been so much worse.
Absolutely.
Did no one get the Ice Band stage 1?
Get the
rest
what?
in peace. Ice Band stage 1. Both Dan and Cap don't seem to have it.
I think
did.
it was the soup that took it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that makes
more
sense.
sense.
I'm pretty sure everyone got it. I think Dan might not have, but like I think everyone else at least I know Cap did for sure. And Cap is finally done. Jesus.
Salvation.
Finally
Dan has to play
free.
this fight. Poor guy.
He does have to because he can earn points over the others, so that's why.
I think
think
he can still be Dready even. If he keeps on spamming his M2 on Mithrix.
I don't know. It's
I
getting
don't
kind of
know.
close.
74
it
minutes.
is kind of close. I think
Yeah.
Reddy has it though. Because charging takes a minute, right? So he has like 2 minutes to finish this. And get to ship. I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, he got Mithrix down like 10% HP in that cycle, so that's not great.
If he was playing like optimally, he probably could though.
Oh, that pizza slice. Oh, Jesus.
Got like a phase 4 skip. And he just like spammed his M2 at him. He probably could.
Cap might die again on the ship here, actually.
Oh, there it
He
is.
did? Yeah.
The caster cares. What the fuck?
Oh, just, you know. Not that he probably cares too much by this point, but, you know, imagine. And we can... Oh, look at Cap for a second. He's doing the cool thing.
Oh.
It doesn't actually give him
Need
another...
another +5?
No. So...
When it goes white, it's over.
Hello, Cap.
Hey.
How's that one?
How's the run, man?
Yeah, today was not my day. Holy
What?
shit.
What do you mean?
That run was shit. On my part.
No, the run was fine. Don't worry. The run
Nice
was
fountain
garbage.
shrine.
It wasn't you.
Oh, everyone very much struggled. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to ask you
might
about your
be-
mountain shrine on stage 4, though.
What I did?
What?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I mean, like, I wasn't gonna win the race anyways, so might as well try to.
You could have though. Like you were by that point. Everyone had at least 3, I think 4 +5s.
Well, yeah, no, the loadout maybe, but not the entire race.
Hmm. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So might as well just try. And it wasn't even that bad. I just got caught with no mobility and got hit by the soulless AoE on the ground. That was all. I got through it pretty fine.
Sure.
Other than that.
You did miss something pretty big on stage 4. Apparently, there's a shuriken printer in one of the geysers.
What the fuck?
Kay was the only person to find it.
Shuriken printer, huh? Yeah, that would have been pretty good with the shit
Damn.
green items. I was thinking
They picked the
when I
worst
got to the
portal.
moon.
It's the worst one.
I was thinking when I got to the moon that I should have gone through Newt portals more because the greens, like there were some okay ones, but nothing was crazy impactful.
Yeah,
The biggest problem.
Daisies.
The biggest problem
You had
was
4 of them,
no
jeez.
speed and no AoE this run at all.
Yeah, no speed. That was tough.
Damn, I actually
No
died
speed. I
again
have
here.
a mocha. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got the mocha and the afterburner from the cauldrons on the moon.
Dan found 2 drinks somewhere. I don't know where he got those.
I don't know either.
That's pretty good.
You missed a crit printer stage 2, by the way, as well.
Crit printer stage 2. That'd have been
Oh,
nice.
it was
well,
over the
static.
wall.
Ish.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not doing there.
I might have preferred the syringe focus crystal combo.
Focus crystals were just rough, and like you using your Prion, and getting like 15% damage off Mithrix with full focus
Yeah.
crystals. I was like, damn, that sucks.
I lost the rune molds to the afterburner.
Yeah.
That would have been
One
nice.
of them was from an adaptive.
Oh, for the speed.
Yeah. There was
Okay.
some speed in the stage 3 adaptive chest I saw for sure.
Yeah, I saw that too, actually. I still could.
Surprised you didn't go for it, but I mean, you were trying to go for an equipment, and I mean, you got it, so.
Yeah.
Kay got a wing from the stage 3 adaptive chest pretty late on. Oh, and Dan might grub
nice.
here.
No. We gotta grub it at least once in a while.
You gotta grow up. He's trying. He's really trying not to, but oh god. All right, there you go. Good job, Dan. That's
Clap
for
for
you, man.
Dan.
Hey,
Hi.
what up?
Hi.
I didn't grab it. So
Hi.
that was. Hi.
I
That
did,
was
don't
rough
worry.
for everyone. Everyone had at least 4+5s. So you
Wow.
did pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, you and
You
you
got in
and
third
Ruddy
place
had
overall,
7.
so
Oh, was it more than 7?
Cap at 13.
Yes.
Cap had 13.
Holy hell. Jesus.
Yeah, it
we
might have
suck.
got triggered a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Caps beat his own Void Fiend best count.
All I've
That's
heard all week is Kay complaining and moaning. I'm so bad. I'm washed. I'm all, yeah. All right, Kay, shut up. Shut up.
I
Kay.
am washed.
Okay.
I am
Yeah.
washed.
Okay.
You
All
can't
right.
say
All right.
I was rough overall. Dan, you missed a shuriken for stage 4.
I'm glad, honestly. I don't want to have a good run anyway. All things aside, I actually had a lot of fun in that Mythics fight, trying to see how high I can get my curse deck while surviving. That was pretty fun, actually.
You did get over
I
a
was trying to-
thousand.
Over
so.
1,000. It was
Yep.
awesome.
I was trying to gloop as much as possible because
There's a gloop.
Rihanna
Stage 1
yeah,
mountain
yeah,
shrine.
there's gloop.
In
Easy.
a
Just
mountain
die
shrine, stage
because of it.
1?
Yep.
And they Cap and Ruddy both
paid
died
for
for it. But
It was worth it.
It was worth it. It was.
Dude, everyone was
That gloop is worth at
so
least 10 minutes.
yeah.
So.
I would have
Anyone
done
like
that too
watching
if I saw it.
individual streams, like everyone just like in the worst moods, fucking just.
Oh, it was
pissed off.
horrible for all of us, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, shit.
What a good way to
day.
end the race. Holy fuck.
That one was so close. It was like one person with +5, and then a couple minutes later, everyone would be in the same position.
Actually needs to come with a seizure warning if you load this video up. There's that many flashbangs of the wings popping up.
What?
Oh, GG guys. That was a run. That was a run.
Yeah,
GG, we
honest-
got through it.
Yeah, I mean,
Alive,
We made
IRL.
the Gauntlet name really, earning its title today. Obviously, GG
Yeah.
all you guys who were playing today, and chat, make sure to clap for them. And they didn't just fucking do this
GGK.
because whatever.
GG everyone.
They came here to give you guys a show, so GG to them. And if you like any of this other any blah 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 blah. If you like any other
Follow us
Risk
all.
of Rain content, make sure to go follow their channel and stuff. They all do Eclipse 8 stuff and speedrunning, so very close to what we're doing here. Also, my announcement list today, as usual, if you want to know when the next Risk of Resources race is going to be, make sure to join the Discord. That is where you're going to find out. We're going to tell you beforehand, at least a day beforehand, so you can know, because our schedules are all very crazy. And actually, next week marks our 1-year anniversary that we've been doing the races every week except the Christmas week. So
yeah.
we're coming up on
Oh,
a
yeah.
year round of racing, which is fucking awesome. That's sick. If you want to catch up on any of those races in the past, go to our YouTube, youtube.com/@riskofresources. If you want to play this mod with your friends and stuff, we have our public version of the mod on the Thunderstore R2 Modman. Just search up Risk of Resources on there. If you want to speed run and be a part of our official Gauntlet category, you can go to speedrun.com/riskrain2 and then go to the Gauntlet category there. If you want to apply to be a racer, go to riskofresources.com/rules. You can read our little page there and see what we're looking for. And if you get accepted, you could join our Train Rails program, which means you could scrim along with the guys here and learn a lot about the game and get more comfy. Do not be afraid to apply. Do it. Send it in. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Nope.
Nope.
All
All right.
good.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.